nothing's different so far as I know. The trees still wiggling in the backyard. Your mom and dad reading at home, and my eyes work despite the pressure of 2 points. The chicken bleeding in the oven, and the ground was sharp. I was walking with my small feet in the driveway, and I wanted you to carry me in, but you can't touch me, of course. 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 The rain in Indiana sprayed across the windshield like a hose. It made me happy, hollow, hard to tell the difference so far as I know. Do you remember the chickens perched and cooing as I locked them up each night? As I locked them up, as I locked. Do you remember the chickens perched and cooing as I locked them up each night? As I locked them up, as I locked. Do you remember the chickens? Well, how could you? I was alone. I was alone. I was alone. I was alone.
No demons on the road tonight. I am swimming in her plastic light. Feels okay, it feels alright. Nothing's happening, but it might. Feel okay, it feel alright. Something's happening, but it might just be nothing in the light. Okay, feels okay, it feels alright. Must be something in the light. Might be nothing, it's alright. Okay, on the road tonight. Okay, on the road tonight. I could tell you one thing, tell it works. I could tell you something, I could tell it hurts. I could tell you nothing, I could tell you no. I could tell you one thing, or I could tell you both. 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 this ship. You are sinking in the moon tonight. I am drinking in the moon and it's right. Take me far from where we're gonna get hit. I am sinking with the rest of this ship. Overboard tonight. Okay. On the road tonight. Okay. I could tell you one thing. I could tell it works. I could tell you something. I could tell it hurts. I could tell you nothing. I could tell you no. I could tell you one thing. I could tell you both. I could tell you both. I could tell you both. I could tell you both.
Okay, you been up on my mind, I think about you all the time now. Got a nigga wonder how did you get so damn fine? Keep saying that you must be so I had to run it back. I see you couldn't let me go, I had you so attached. So I'm putting all my pride over to the side, doing what it takes just to make you mine. Baby, I'ma be here for the weekend, see what's going on. Fuck around with a boss. I see you up in my future, I want 'em. Take this serious, I shouldn't slapped on you. You know these niggas ain't love me, girl, I'm on. Baby, all this love's for you. Yeah, I see you all up in my future, I want 'em. Take this serious, I shouldn't have slept on you. You know these niggas ain't love me, girl, I'm on. Baby, all this love's for you. Okay, one, these niggas ain't love me, girl, you don't even gotta ask. If you want it, I'ma go and get it. Never been the type of nigga on the ground that's capping. I know you see these BBs on my neck. Girl, you know it costs a check, okay, and two, I'll take you all around the world, girl. Shopping sprees and Paris, Birkin bag. If you let me know we ain't average, we eat it out in 5-star fucking cheesecake. Look, listen, okay, you been up on my mind, I think about you all the time now. Got a nigga wonder how did you get so damn fine? Kept saying that you miss me, so I had to run it back. I see you couldn't let me go, I had you so attached. So I'm putting all my pride over to the side, doing what it takes just to make you mine. Hey, see what's going on? Fuck around with the boss. I see you up in my future, I want 'em. Take it serious, I shouldn't have slept on you. You know these niggas ain't let me, girl, up on. Baby, all this love's for you. And I see you up in my future, I want 'em. Take this serious, I shouldn't have slept on you. You know these niggas ain't let me, girl, up on. Baby, all this love is for you. Sing me at home, y'all. And in the studio, let's go. Hey, y'all sound beautiful. And last time, go. Yeah, let's go.
gotta strangle never like a dog, like a dog, I gotta strangle holes, baby. Get in the heat, get in the heat.
Thanks.
I'm about to get my groove on. I feel it coming and I want it all tonight. Know that you want it, know that you want it tonight. We're going out, take it back. Tonight we're doing it again. Tonight we're going off. So if you ain't want me, just tell me so, baby. Pulling you along. Do you have the energy to think about it? Will you let me take you home? Yeah. Maybe I study you, I see the things that you do. Let me know if you want me to. Can I come through? Run away, I won't take that. Need you to stay, can I replace that? I'm trying to play, I cannot fake that. You that guy, I'm here to take that. Oh, I need it, want it, found it.
people I used to know, conversations on the phone, all alone. Payback and hollers, whistle the line, sever the tether. Was it on fate? Frozen time. Crave more time, you get nothing done. Fast support to catch a then run. Crave more time, you get nothing done. Fast support to catch a better run. Better run. Better run. Better run. Better run. Forgetting names, forgetting numbers, the wishes, savor the fun, savor the fun, savor the fun.
You're so lovely, got so much to offer, and you are special. No one can tell you that you're not the one who knows how to rock the whole world.
Guitars, guitars, guitars. Nothing gets rid of those pandemic blues like a new vintage guitar. Come on down to Real Guitars and get yourself a real guitar. 15 Lafayette Street off Mission in San Francisco. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to
5-ish.
realguitars.com. On Instagram at Real Guitars.
Do you like vintage clothing? We like vintage clothing. You should buy vintage clothing and stuff here at Heads or Tails. Not sure what to get your friends for their birthdays? Get them some sweet-ass accessories. They have zines for you avid readers and the Bay Area's hottest music. Check out this rack of vintage clothing. Buy it! Buy it all! Buy it here at Heads or Tails Collective in Oakland.
I wanna tell you about my favorite chicken place. Every time you go, you see a familiar face. When I go, I get my fix. They got fried chicken and drumsticks.
Good evening, my fellow humans, and welcome to the complex here in beautiful downtown San Francisco. I am your pal, Steve Ward Moore, and this is What's Poppin', the Bay Area's arts and entertainment talk show, and we have one hell of a show for you tonight. Joining us tonight, we have Total Accord Agency and White Crate. They're here with us in the house tonight, and also, folks, we have some San Francisco hip-hop royalty with us tonight. Equipto is in the building. I cannot even believe it. I'm so stoked up. Look, we are live on Twitch right now. I want to hear you in the chat. We're also live on YouTube and Instagram right now. So get involved. Let's make this interactive. Let's make this fun. I'm going to be looking at the chat, and if you got questions for us, I'm going to try to get to them. Let's make this a ton of fun, folks. We have so much to celebrate tonight because today is International Plant Something Day. Now, your boy is a big plant guy. I love plants, and I want all of us to plant something in our lives. So we're gonna be talking about planting something all night long. Look, so much to celebrate. It is also Devil's Food Cake Day today, and I have a lot to say about Devil's Food Cake, so you need to stick around because I have a lot to say about Devil's Food Cake. Also, we're celebrating the Jumping Frog Jubilee. That's right, Calaveras County has the Jumping Frog Jubilee, the big competition, the World Championships. We're gonna be learning all about the Jumping Frog Jubilee and those wild and wacky frogs that are up there in Calaveras County. And check this out, today is International Chi Day. It is the day to celebrate all the cheese in our lives. And here at the complex, we have our very own Chi. Infinite Chi, and Infinite Chi is going to join us on the couch for an interview. I can't wait to talk to Infinite Chi. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Now, look, most talk shows have one house band that plays every night. Here at What's Poppin', we are blessed up because we get a new house band every single episode, and I am honored and excited to welcome our house band for the night. Folks at home, this is the Campbell Apartment.
No more Nancy getting rid of Joe. No more Jim Stein dealing with his final blow. Isn't that ironic, don't you think? There's no gunplay underneath the sea. In my dreams, that's where we're gonna be. Come with me and we'll see if it's not too late. In 28. Green under the sea in the winter 2028. All our lives to rehabilitate. If there's any left at all, wake me up, 'cause it's a small world after all.
Yes, this is the Campbell Apartment live on What's Poppin'. Oh my goodness. Hey, I just gotta say, Hyperdrive Kittens are out there in the chat, and they're saying good evening to the Campbell Apartment. The Campbell Apartment, what's poppin'?
One of the 99 Luft balloons popped.
Excellent. Now, everyone at home, I want you to know who we've got here. That was Ari that we just heard. We also have Chris on bass, and we got Mark on the drums. Mark, you're returning. You play with Elegant Trash as well.
Yes,
Welcome
my
back.
Second time here, Steve. This is great. I love it. We're here with Elegant Trash last year before our Brazilian tour.
Oh, that's right. Just a few days or a day before you left for
No,
Brazil.
we literally left that night.
That's
After
right.
the show, we left here to SFO, got on a plane.
By the way, Elegant Trash is about to leave for Spain and Portugal at the end of the week here.
That's right.
So it's like tour season.
That's right. Shout out to Elegant Trash. And speaking of Elegant Trash, sorry, what's poppin', Steve? The Campbell Apartment is playing with Elegant Trash this Wednesday at the Ivy Room.
Hell.
For Bang the Bay, first Wednesday.
Absolutely, and that Bang the Bay show at Ivy Room is so much fun. It's always a bunch of really cool bands. Now, you're talking about touring, all this kind of stuff. You're playing a show on Wednesday. The music life is a wild life, the Campbell Apartment. What's the most wild thing that's happened to you in music?
Well, when I first started playing live, a few years into it, way back in the 90s, early 90s, I was playing a club in Richmond, Virginia. You could still smoke in clubs then. And
the good old days.
Yeah, and then somebody threw an ashtray, a big heavy glass one, at me, and it hit the guitar and ricocheted off my Stratocaster. My fingers didn't get hit, and we kept playing, but I was like, good grief, you know. We must be sucking hard, or the guy's a jerk. I never found out which.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I reckon that person was a jerk because you don't suck. I love your music, and I'm really honored to have you here on International Plant Something Day, okay? If you were to plant something in your life, what would it be?
Garlic.
Okay, I love it. This is the Campbell Apartment, everybody. They're going to be with us all night. We're going to learn so much more about them, and we're going to get to witness an exclusive live performance from the Campbell Apartment a little bit later tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here live at the Complex with What's Poppin'. If you love what we're doing, if you love the fact that we've put on several hundred live streaming concerts in this space, if you love our other shows, Check the Rhyme and Freestyle Flow Fest and Talkin' Schmidt and our new show, Toys Rap Battle, then why not smash that follow button. Even better, smash that subscribe button. It's like $6 a month, and it helps us to keep the lights on and keep bringing you the coolest independent art in the Bay Area. Now, I have this platform, folks. Your pal Steve Ward Moore is finally realizing the power of this platform. So I'm going to get a little bit personal right now. I've been getting more religious, and I recently converted to Christianity. In fact, I joined the First Church of American Jesus the Capitalist. Now, I was very interested by this church because of their message of anger and the prosperity gospel. And if you don't know, the prosperity gospel means that if I give the church my money, I will also get rich. So I'm very excited for the future with my new religion. But the ministers at the First Church of American Jesus the Capitalist told me that if I want to go to heaven, I need to proselytize. And folks, I'm telling you, there is an evil in our world. Satan is everywhere in our country. And the devil's food is being pushed down our throats. The devil's food cake. The devil's food cake. Praise Lord Jesus. The devil, Satan himself, is trying to rot our teeth and rot our souls with this tasty, tempting treat. Keep this treat away from the children of America. Keep it away from the children of America. Praise Lord Jesus the Capitalist. This devil's food cake. It's the scourge of the nation. Now, I am going to destroy this devil's food right here live on the stream. I'm going to destroy this devil's food, thereby casting Satan back into hell to burn in the fires of hell for all eternity. Devil Satan, be gone out of America. Be gone from this tempting, tasty treat. Be gone. Oh,
very tempting.
And that smells pretty good. But look, Satan, be gone. Do not tempt our children. Do not rot our teeth. Do not. Oh, actually, that does smell really good. You know, okay, so honestly, look, this is new to me. If I'm gonna destroy something live on camera, I should probably know what I'm gonna destroy. So, I don't know, what do you all think in the chat? Like, Would one bite kill me? Would one little taste send me to hell? I think I need to know what's going on here with this devil's food cake. So let's try this.
Know thy enemy. And the flavor.
Know thy enemy. God damn! Woo! This is fucking delicious. If this is a sin, then count me in. If this is what they're serving in hell, then I am ringing that doorbell into hell. Oh my goodness. My flirtation with Christo-fascism was brief. So all I have to say is, hail Satan.
Brief but delicious.
Now, our first guests tonight, very excited. We have a couple of returning champions, and we have a brand new friend that is joining us on What's Poppin'. I would like to introduce to everybody at home and here in the studio, please welcome Tyla from Total Accord Agency and Elliot and Ronnie from White Crate. They're here.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome back. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. Welcome. Okay, great. Okay. Tyla, Ronnie, Elliot, what do you think of the Campbell apartment up there?
Amazing.
Absolutely
Rockin'.
amazing.
You know they can cook. They love garlic.
Oh, they
Yeah.
know, and you know, garlic is the devil's herb. So,
Yes.
look, happy Plant Something Day. So here is a basil plant for each of you to plant a little bit later. Will you pass those down to everybody?
Oh my God.
Because we got to plant plants. Plants are the saving of the nation right there, the healing of the nation.
Is this Genovese basil or is
It
this,
is, yes,
okay.
it is. Yeah, you nailed it, yeah.
Thank you.
Ronnie's palate is unmatched.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Elliot's palate is unmatched.
Yeah, don't
Look,
give him any credit.
I still have the spirit in me, the spirit of Satan, so excuse me if I mess up everybody's names. Okay, Tyla,
Yes.
Ronnie, and Elliot, what's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Devil's food cake, apparently.
It is. Wow. I'm feeling
I do love
lifted.
devil's food cake, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm on your team.
It's better than angel food cake, honestly, I think so. I mean, now I know.
Depends on the day, I guess.
What about angel hair pasta?
What about angel hair pasta chased with devil's food cake?
I've
or
done it.
reverse?
I would do it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now, look, Ronnie and Elliot are returning champions. They were on the show last year. Welcome back, my friends. Tyla, you're a first timer.
I am.
Welcome. So I
Yes.
want to start with you. I want to learn about you. Tyla, you have been doing cool stuff in the San Francisco music scene for a while.
Yes.
You work with El Rio,
I do, yes.
Yeah.
I do the booking there.
which the booking there is
Thank you so
Chef's
much.
kiss.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah. You're one of the founders or the founder of Total Accord Agency.
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you get started in the San Francisco music scene?
I started when I was a child. My father's from San Francisco and he's a musician. So since I was born, basically, I've been coming to the city and going to shows and just through cousins who also play music here. I moved here when I was 19 on my own and just worked at a variety of different labels and was really just, turned on as a musician myself to continue integrating into the music community here in San Francisco in particular. And through all my social justice work that I've done, which is like my trade that I've done for a really long time, but also giving back, I was throwing a lot of shows that were more like fundraising events. And through that, I networked different local bands, learned about venues, how to book at them. And I just happened to land upon a job at the Chapel in 2021, which is in the Mission, and got a job doing assistant booking there, which kind of opened the door for me and gave me a lot of opportunity. So shout out to the Chapel.
Hell yeah, and thank you
yeah.
for that. And I like that you mentioned you work in social justice because this is what art and music is. We're going to touch on that a little bit later.
Absolutely.
Because we have an activist rapper with us here tonight
I
as well.
know.
What is Total Accord Agency?
Total Accord Agency is a creative agency that is focused on empowering and uplifting artists from the Bay Area, which is broad, but overall we're offering like booking services. So we have booking agents, managers who do artist management, things of that nature, lots of educational resources. And we're just a community that's been growing. We're brand new. It's only been a year, so we're a baby agency.
Getting past a year is a big deal. I know that when What's Poppin' got past a year, we were like, we're doing it. I remember talking to White Crate about that too, and it's a big deal. I want to mention, because part of the mission of Total Accord is that you want a music industry free from gatekeeping, discrimination, and exploitation.
Yes.
Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Love it.
The Campbell apartment likes it.
The band likes that.
Yeah, so let's bring Ronnie and Elliot into this now. Remind our viewers of what White Crate is.
We basically want to be a guide to Bay Area music. So we've got a newsletter, we've got an Instagram channel, and if you follow us, you're going to hear about, you'll see reviews of new music by artists from the Bay. You'll see recommendations for all the amazing local shows that are happening every week, and just hear about everything that's happening in the universe of music here.
And like, I know how much work you two are putting into it, because the website is like a blog too. You do interviews and you highlight artists and all this kind of stuff. So gatekeeping, what is it and why does it suck?
Gatekeeping is the people who already have power keeping the rest of us from getting there. Power, I mean, we just all want to have a good time. We all want to celebrate art. And there's going to be people who think that you don't deserve it. That doesn't belong in a creative community.
Okay, does anyone want to add to that, or?
Yeah, I think for me, gatekeeping is, there's people in power who hold these spaces, more established venues, more, the larger promoters that do the festivals, things like that those direct contacts aren't easy to get to. They're not accessible for the everyday artist, independent artists who aren't signed to a label or have representation in general. So our goal with Total Accord is to be able to kind of bridge that gap between independent artists and the more larger established agencies and venues and promoters, as a way to kind of show that anyone can be a part of this if the music's good, if you align with it, and we're all trying to have fun and empower each other and not hold people back from, displaying their art and sharing it with the world and sharing their messages.
Love it. Yeah.
And just having some diversity would be great.
Yeah, diversity is pretty cool.
Yeah. So a lot of venues book the same stuff over and over again.
Oh,
so we're trying to diversify the sound and just the angle in general.
I mean, just a side note, a lot of venues book the same stuff over and over again, and it's never me, so I have a problem with that. Ronnie, do you have anything to add to that?
I mean, I guess it's just, more voices. That was actually part of why we started White Crate, was to hear what was happening here. It was during COVID, and it was just everyone was kind of looking more locally, and so that was our question, which was I grew up in the Bay, but I felt like it kind of disconnected actually. So it's interesting because these days I try not to. I know it's a terror dome out there, so I try not to read the New York Times every day. But I'm not trying to stick my head in the sand. I want to talk to real people like Tyler and artists and people here in my community to understand what's happening here, what's affecting people, and music is one of those really beautiful ways into getting finding that information and expressing real things that are happening in our world.
I love that. And I want to kind of go back to what Elliot said, because the power dynamic that exists in the music industry and all industries, the entire world has this. One of my musical mentors, who was a properly famous person that I was very lucky to meet and get to kind of work with a little bit, told me that nobody is better than anybody else in the music industry. And so I'm kind of hearing that reflected in what you're saying. And we need to provide that platform, because there's so much talent here, right? Mm-hmm. It's wild. Yeah. So White Crate, Total Accord Agency, how did you all start working together? How did you meet? Tell us the story.
How did we meet? Well, I think the first time we met was because you were doing a show at Public Works.
That's right.
With Salami Rose.
Salami Rose, Joe Lewis in the loft at Public Works.
The meet cute.
Yes. And I was there.
This was the meet cute with Salami Joe at Public Works.
Yes.
The classic San Francisco story.
Classic. At the time I was booking at the Chapel, and so we started talking about how they were a fan of my booking. No. Then we just were chatting, and then they were talking about how they wanted to start doing shows and promoting shows more, and I met with Elliot, and we kind of talked about how to put an offer in and how to kind of approached the venues, and we ended up collaborating with a really cool showcase at the chapel, and we worked well together, and then been kind of just connected since with a variety of things they've been doing, and I just really believe in their ethos and what they're about, and I think that they do a really good job with spreading the word of what's going on locally.
They really do. We look up to White Crate, and we look up to you. I'm glad you said that, because I'm also a fan of your booking too. What you're doing at El Rio is always good, and it's diverse, and it's all types of music. So the meet cute happened. Was it instant platonic love, or?
I think there was a little bit of like game recognized game as far as
yes,
the love of the local community and trying to do things organically, DIY. None of us had some kind of ego involved. And it was the same thing. We just wanted to create better opportunities for the people around us.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easy to work together after that. What ended up happening after that was we threw a series of shows in my personal backyard that included Tyla and some other friends of ours, and we took that and moved it into the El Rio backyard last year, and that was amazing. And now we're working on a different set of collaborations going forward, and it's just been easy. It's been so easy to find new opportunities.
Yeah, those shows that White Crate have done at El Rio, I've been to a couple of them. They are so much fun. And I have a little housekeeping. I need to ask a favor of the team upstairs. Elliot's mic is a little hot on the monitor. If we can turn that down, thank you so much.
She just talks really loud.
Yeah, actually, do you have the Thor voice or something like that, or like
I have too much passion. I'm sorry, guys.
I say this to him all the time. Like your mic is it's just hot.
We call it the God voice here, and with my recent brush with Christo-fascism, I like Elliot's voice better. Now, I was really hoping that the three of you would exploit me. Why will you not exploit me?
Exploit you.
I mean,
I heard you were expensive.
Exploit you.
I like
we
that
still have
already.
time.
Yeah, well, if you're against
plenty of time.
exploitation in the music industry, why won't you exploit me?
Wait, what band are you in again? I forget. I always
Steve
forget
Ward
that
Moore.
you make music.
I
What
am
is
the
that
one
again?
and only Steve Ward Moore. Been around the world. Now, enough about me.
Mixtape dropping soon. Yes.
Okay, we can go on. Now, when you are going to work with an artist and all the things that you do, what are you looking for?
Good question. I'm looking for someone who, well, first of all, that I'm aligned with, I think, in terms of if I'm attracted to the music, if it makes me feel that they're doing things locally and they give back to their community as well is really attractive to me when I'm looking for artists to work with. I think people who have goals and they're putting things out, they're excited about what they're doing, and it's someone who wants to collaborate with me too, because I'm all about collaboration and not having like a hierarchy in the relationship, the working relationship. So as long as an artist is interested in doing that, that definitely is key for me. But overall, I just really want people who want to have fun and who find joy in the process. I know a lot of artists take things very seriously, as they should, but I like to remind people, like, we're doing this because we love it and we are trying to have a good time, and also, like I've mentioned before, empower each other. And as long as that's there, I think that it's worth pursuing or working with them. And a lot of people reach out to me asking for help, and it's kind of like, can I help them? Does it feel like we're on the same page if we're in the same place in our lives at this time too? Because I'm only one person, so I can't help everybody, but I definitely hope to keep growing Total Accord so that more like-minded people can work for us to help match with other artists that are looking for the things that we offer.
Yeah, so I just want to comment on that because that's really important. Like, you're one person, you're doing this thing. It's the same with White Crate too. It's two people, and like, if an artist feels ignored, it may just be that you don't have the capacity to help them right now. Elliot or Ronnie, what do you look for in an artist?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different because in the agency we'll have, like more formal relationships. But for us, I would say like we're fans first and foremost. Like we just love music. So if we write a review or invite somebody onto our show on Lower Grand Radio or like plan an event, it's because we love their music. Like that's really what it is. I mean, I think people have appreciated this, especially with our weekly show recs. I think people see that. Like people see that I've never explicitly said this like out loud on White Crate, but like, those are all shows I wish I could go to. And it's not just like, we're not gonna put it on the list for like cred or something. It's like, I wish I could be at all these shows. It's not physically possible, but I really, like, my heart's there.
I love this, and like, for real, you are a trusted source. You're not just throwing anything out there, you're a trusted source, which is so important for the community.
Amen.
Anything,
Amen.
yeah, you see? Yeah.
I've been there. I've seen my friend's band on your list, and I'm like, how did you know about that? How did you know about Bashful Bull? How did you know about Kids on a Crime Spree?
Oh, we love
Kids on a Crime Spree.
We love Kids on a Crime Spree.
Wow, we gotta talk about Bashful Bull.
You're super
okay.
fans.
Yeah, they are super fans.
I will say it's hard to, like, there's so much going on. We are so lucky to live in a scene that is so incredible. Every day there's something to go see. Like, we often have to cut things because there's just literally not space on a slide on Instagram to like post it.
So many genres.
So much talent.
So much talent.
Amen.
Every type of genre, but I mean, it's right. Like the Instagram carousel cannot, and it's also fucking exhausting to go out to all these shows too. We all have regular lives we need to live.
It is, right.
Now I remember when White Crate were on last year, you said you kind of met by going to so many OCs shows.
Wow, nice.
OCs are playing Mosswood Meltdown this year, July 19th and 20th. The complex is going to be at Mosswood Meltdown.
Hell yeah.
I hope to see White Crate out there and Total Accord as well, because it's going to be a great lineup this year. So speaking of great lineups, White Crate and Total Accord Agency have combined powers to form a super being. And you've got an entire weekend of music coming up starting this Thursday, the 22nd of May. We are going to run down the entire lineup later on in the date book.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this because, like, talking about like vouching for those acts, this lineup is absolutely sick as fuck. Tell us about the event.
Yes. Well, the event is 6 shows in 4 days, 4 different venues. So it's something for everybody. But overall, we grew it into this extravaganza, the celebration of Bay Area music, if you will, because there was so many people that we wanted to cover, you know, because Total Accord, like I said, has grown very quickly and the rosters have been growing. I've brought on some new agents and managers as well who are growing their rosters. So I wanted to include the newbies in as well and make people feel seen and show that we're beyond just what I represent too. So excited to showcase a very diverse amount of artists that we are representing. But the goal is, of course, to partner with White Crate and to spread the word about what Total Accord is. It's a nice marketing thing for us as well. And through the promotion of this, we've gotten to know a ton of people in the community, gotten some good sponsors, a lot of people who want to continue helping us build and grow, which is the goal, so we can represent more artists.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also raising money for our new office, which is a big announcement coming soon.
Okay.
So that's a big part of it as well, you know,
Okay.
to try to get some donations and whatnot, but just to have a good time, really.
Okay, now I feel bad because, you know, I write these interviews and stuff. I was going to ask you all if you were going to make a buttload of money off of this event. No. No is the correct answer.
Does a buttload start at $5? Because if a buttload starts at $5, we're still not there yet.
Like cover the charge for the gas or Uber that got you to the thing.
Are you launching your buttcoin cryptocurrency in this episode here?
I am. That's for later. That's before your next interview, the Campbell apartment.
Wow.
No, but like it's really important to learn this because like it would be great if Total Accord could raise some money for their new offices. You need it. You're growing, all that kind of stuff. But you're not going to make a buttload of money off this. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Well, to give a platform to local artists to play on these bigger stages, you know, specifically Great American Music Hall, I know is a goal for a lot of local artists. So to activate that space is really important for us too. But really, we want to just give the artists a chance to do something that they're excited about all together, and we want our rosters to kind of get to know one each other as well. So though we're all part of the same Bay Area music network, I feel like are in different scenes a lot of the time. So I curated things so that there were people who wouldn't likely have known each other even if they're on the same agency, to bring them together too. So I want people to meet, collaborate, maybe book their own lineups together, maybe make music together. So that's a big goal too. And though we won't make, $1 million off of this, it really is also, we're raising money through ticket sales to pay the artists, of course.
Which is so important.
No one's playing for free. I'm really making sure people get compensated for their time. And it also, it's just, again, to just uplift us and get excited about the future.
It is so important. I do want to talk about that briefly because you're providing this platform for artists. Great American Music Hall, Kilowatt. Right, you know what I mean? Rickshaw.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool. So, like, how do you pull this off? Right? I mean, you guys have been working at it a long time. All of you've been working at it. But how do you pull this thing off? 4 different venues, 6 different shows.
I mean, I think it helps that Tyler's been in the industry for a few years and has some connections and has established, that rapport, right?
Okay.
And that trust.
The contacts.
Right?
Yeah.
But then I want to learn about this collaboration because it sounds like you're saying, well, Tyler, you may be sort of in the back, like with those connections. Then is it promotion? What is White Crate? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, because I think it goes directly with our mission of like just spreading that word of like all the goodness that's happening here. And so we're doing interviews with one artist from each show. So those are being published on our site and on Instagram. And just promoting, getting the word out. And it's working. I mean, even personally, like I have a friend flying in from New York for this series. So just thinking about like people like in New York, talking about Bay Area music. Even my brother who lives in SF, he doesn't really listen to much local music, but he recently got into La Russell. And I was like, he's never heard of Family Not a Group or Casey Cope, but he's going to come to the show.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's
going to
love
it. And he's going to love it.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's bringing all of his friends. So it's just like these waves that are rippling out. And everyone's kind of feeling it in different ways. It's not just like, oh, if you're in the scene, then it's going beyond that.
That's kind of like that's my larger goal for White Crate is to, God, I don't know how to do this, but if you like this artist, listen to this artist. But that's so reductive to the artist. It's rude to them to say, oh, if you love Snoop Dogg, you'll love La Russell. That's messed up. Don't say that about 2 artists. Try to get them into it organically, right? Like that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to like create these opportunities for people to say, oh my God, I didn't realize that there were these incredible artists that live amongst me. They are my neighbors. That is what White Crate is trying to do for the Bay Area. The Bay Area is already awash with incredible artists, and it's awash with people who love good music. Let's connect them. Let's get them together. Let's get them to this festival, this celebration of music this weekend.
Yeah, like, so that resonates with me because like people are always like, well, what does your music sound like? And I'm like, it sounds like Steve Ward Moore, really. It doesn't sound like anything else.
Satanic.
That's why it's hard to get, well, now it's going to be satanic. Now that I learned that Satan is an incredible baker. What does it feel like? Oh no, the ghost cat. You see, the studio is now filled with demons after we opened up that. But Ghost Cat is here. This is Toofy, everybody.
Hi.
I want to touch
Ghost Cat, we love you, Ghost Cat.
I'm allergic to cats.
Boy, well,
am I allergic to ghost cats too?
This is Ghost Cat dander, so it's even more invasive to your sinuses. I do want to ask, like, just quickly, how does it feel to provide this platform for artists?
Oh, it feels amazing. It's exciting. Going into this Total Accord thing, I really didn't expect it to do a whole lot right away. I knew it would be a journey. So where we've come and just seeing the demand and filling that gap of like a more just established, centralized agency to help local artists get on tour and get across the country and spread the word, like Elliot was saying, and connecting the dots to other places in this country and hopefully internationally. It brings me so much joy.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel blessed. Like I think I'm kind of like embarrassing sometimes. Like I'm wearing a Mild Universe shirt right now, and like I'll like run into the band like out of like, and they'll just be like, oh, you're wearing our shirt, and I'll be like, oh my God, you're like in that band, and like still get stars. It's like we're just.
Dude, Elliot got me into Mild Universe at the SF public library thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and like, dude, that band is so sick. Yeah.
They are the future of music here. Honestly, they're everything that they do going forward. You all have to be paying attention to. It's gonna be good.
True.
No, for me, it's almost a matter of like economic issues. It's like what low key, one of the reasons why White Crate started is because we saw our favorite bands leaving all the time, right?
OCs.
Yeah.
OCs, great example of a band that does not live here anymore, and we love them, but so for me, being able to create opportunities, trying to create more excitement around bands that are from the Bay Area so we can get them more financial opportunities to stay here and continue to recreate this opportunity here. Like, I want to see that happen. And so for me, I mean, we're not making money on White Crate, but we want to be able to create opportunities for our friends and the bands that live here to continue to stay here and to continue to create this incredible ecosystem that we all love and rely on.
Yeah, well, I hope that everybody is paying attention to Total Accord Agency and White Crate, and I'm not afraid to shill. It would be nice if these folks could make some money for all of the things that they're doing for the community and also the wisdom that you just shared with us. You are fans first, and it all takes off from there. Everybody needs to follow Tyla at Tyla Wave on Instagram, follow Total Accord Agency at Total Accord Agency, and follow White Crate at White Crate SF. All of the ats are in the chat and up there on screen. You fucking rule. A little bit later, we're going to have a surprise because I think we're going to get to meet more of the Total Accord team. Is that right?
Yeah.
We'll see.
And Tyla's going to be back, and Ronnie and Elliot of White Crate is going to be back. Look, right now we're going to watch a performance from Aroma that was captured by the team here at the complex.
Amazing.
Hell yeah.
Can I offer you all a piece of Satan's cake?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Hey, the Campbell apartment, will you take us into this performance from Aroma as I serve some of this cake?
Amen.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the path train of least resistance. Yeah. Get on the path train of least resistance. Yeah. Jersey.
And I don't mind that you like to be alone. It took some time just to say I know I'm wrong. Still I can't hide what I don't like. What I might try, what I might try. And I can't hide what I don't like. What I might try, what I might try. And that you like to be alone. The places that you go, and I can't hide what I don't like. What I might try, what I just wish I knew the places that you go.
Do you like vintage clothing? We like vintage clothing. You should buy vintage clothing and stuff here at Heads or Tails. Not sure what to get your friends for their birthdays? Get them some sweet-ass accessories. They have zines for you avid readers and the Bay Area's hottest music. Check out this rack of vintage clothing. Buy it! Buy it all! Buy it here at Heads or Tails Collective in Oakland.
I feel the heat of the California summer outside, and I know in my heart that there's nowhere left to hide. That's why I build a city in my mind. It's a broken place, but it's
Oh, we are back, and that devil's food, I'm telling you, it is delicious. You got to get in with that devil's food, folks. Hey, this is What's Poppin' live at the Complex. I want to shout out the chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Bondstone 666. I bet you know all about devil's food cake. At least I hope you do. Also, and I'm sorry if I like say your handles wrong, but Nanu Sealove, shill baby shill. I love that. Also, Anna Kadabra is out there. Oh my goodness, Anna Kadabra, you are so cute. Anna Kadabra loves Ghost Cat and wants Ghost Cat to haunt them. And also DH Polo is out there in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to What's Poppin' live at the Complex. How good was that performance by Aroma? They're going to be part of the Total Accord celebration of Bay Area music that's coming up this weekend all over San Francisco. Look, folks, if you love what we do here at the Complex, if you love the fact that we have provided a stage and a platform for more than 300 local independent acts to perform. If you love our shows, Check the Rhyme, hosted by Infinite Chi, Freestyle Flow Fest, hosted by Infinite Chi, Toys Rap Battle League, co-hosted by Infinite Chi, and also our newest show, Talking Schmidt, hosted by Schmitty himself, then why not smash that follow button? Even better, smash that subscribe button. It's like $6 a month, and it helps us to, bring Devil's Food Cake to people. We got snacks, we got drinks, and we're doing this because we love it, folks. Now, look, the Campbell apartment is here with us. We have Ari, Chris, and Mark, our champions tonight. How much cake do you think one of your songs is worth?
It would be a large volume and weight of cake, definitely. There's cake is something that has sort of infinite crushability, expansionability. It's hard, it's not easily fungible. Yet, we know that the music that blasts out of these amplifiers in the mouth of that person right over there, the Ari guy, that is worth much of that non-fungible expanded
Let me
space.
simplify it for you, Steve. About a half a sheet.
Well, I love this. Look, this is exactly what I need. I need things to be presented in a beautiful, elegant way and then simplified for my simple mind. So thank you, Chris and Mark, for that. Hey, the Campbell apartment, do you have enemies?
All over the place. We were watching Andor the other day, and I have friends everywhere. Campbell apartment has enemies everywhere. We're lucky that we even made it in here unscathed.
Corporate rock is our enemy.
We're still looking for a rehearsal space because of the enemies we made in the last one.
if you had directed that question earlier to me, I would have recalled the anecdote of us getting kicked out of our rehearsal space. Like, we've rehearsed like 4 or 5 times, and we've already been booted out of a space.
Wait, is this for real?
Yeah.
Were the other people jealous of how good you are?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's what it boils down to, is that it was a gentleman of a certain age and, let's say, background, just looking at us and feeling like he's left out of the party. Like, this is where it was happening, and he wasn't invited. And so he's like, get out, guys.
His background was suck.
Yeah, it is a wacky and wild world out here in the independent art scene. Look, Putin, good or bad?
Bad. It rhymes with Rasputin, doesn't it? Bad.
Oh, you know what? I'm just checking my note cards and I read that wrong. I meant to ask, pooping, good or bad?
Pooping good.
Okay,
Nothing
great.
like a good
If
BM
you're,
and
if you're
EAM.
scheduling it, you know, as long as you're scheduling it.
Look, the Campbell Apartment is playing this Wednesday at Ivy Room as part of Bang the Bay. It's going to be a killer show. What else can we expect from the Campbell Apartment?
Well, we're playing at 6:30, and we're one of many, many bands that will follow us. So instead of dinner, come to Ivy Room, the legendary venue, or after dinner. But yeah, it'll be still light out when we're done. But it's always a thrill to play there. We also have a brand new record out called 510, because we're an East Bay band.
Hell yeah.
11 tracks, really catchy. We're playing most of those songs tonight.
Yeah, and I love you mentioned that new album. It was released on February 28th, and it rips. You can follow the Campbell Apartment at the Campbell Apartment, and you can learn about all the cool stuff. And stick around, because we are going to get to witness an exclusive live performance from the Campbell Apartment in just a little bit. Massive gratitude for being here, my new friends.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear what you're going to do. Now, you know, your pal Steve Ward Moore is like all you other humans. And sometimes I feel good about myself and sometimes I get nervous. And I'm not going to lie, I might be a little bit nervous right now because we have joining us on What's Poppin'. I mean, I don't know if he would agree with this, but I would say that this human is San Francisco hip-hop royalty. There's nothing else I can say to introduce this human other than to say, folks, let's welcome Equipto.
Thank you. Wow. Beautiful. Should I take off my jacket and get comfortable? I'm all messy.
All right.
Man.
Yeah, that's all right. Equipto, welcome. It is an honor to have you. Thank you for being generous with your time. What do you think of the Campbell Apartment up there?
Oh, man, I love it. I love bands, first of all. I love musicians because I know it takes discipline and consistency.
It does. It absolutely does. Now, happy Plant Something Day. Here is a basil plant.
Wow.
A little bit later. That comes
Thank you so
straight
much.
from my own work there.
Right on. I'll put it right here for a minute.
Congratulations. Equipto, what's poppin'?
What's poppin' is the Board Stiff documentary. That's what,
Hell yeah.
You know, that's what's on my mind. That's kind of been driving me crazy lately. We'll get into that, obviously, but that's what's poppin'.
Yeah, but it is poppin', and we are going to get into this. But before we get into that documentary, I have a true or false question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Equipto, true or false, ACAB?
Definitely true. Definitely true.
Okay, what makes you say that?
What makes me say that is that if they weren't, then, you know, they would quit their jobs. You see what I mean? Like that's my thing. Like if you know, ACAB. I mean, we all know. I mean, no, we all know, but you know, all cops are bastards, right? And that's kind of something that I go by, and people tell me like, "Oh, there's good police. There's good police." This is just me speaking, obviously. It's if they were good police, then they would. I feel that they would step down for the force, at least call out their, you know, colleagues and folks like that about the crooked policing that's going on, and you know, just the lives lost, and bring some attention to what's going on. But obviously they don't. They continue. So ACAB.
ACAB. It's wild, and we need voices to talk about this kind of stuff too. Speaking of voices, when is the first time that you rapped? Like the first time that you really spit some bars?
First time I rapped, I would say was with my father. I was like writing raps. Like my father introduced me basically to hip hop. I was like 10 years old. And it was, you know, Sugar Hill, Run DMC, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And I just started like mimicking them, you know, learning their raps and doing that type of thing. And then from there, I got my courage probably to write my first rap around 14, 15.
14 or 15.
Yeah, I wrote my first one. It was called Simple as Black and White. And it was like some positive rap. You know, you had to talk about what was going on in the world. And I finally got the courage. I never really spit a rap, like you said, like to anybody. And I spit it to my mother and my father. And I turned around. I didn't want to face them. You know, I was like, hold on, I got to turn around and I'm going to say my rap to y'all. Like, I was still learning, you know, my courage or whatever, you know, like, but that was the first time I actually said something that I read. And I was like, yeah, I'm probably like 14, 15 years old.
Wow, and that takes a lot of courage, like especially kind of in front of your parents. But your dad was into music. He was a DJ, wasn't he? And
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. You got exposed to probably all types of stuff growing up.
Yeah, very lucky. I mean, I was more reluctant back then, probably. You know, as a kid, I didn't know I was going to a famous jazz club. I was dragging my feet and all that. You know, I didn't want to go. Dad, we're going here again. It's Tito Puente and Billy Harper and like incredible artists that I was just backstage with while they're smoking weed. And you know, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. You know, and later on in life, now I could be like, okay, that was the seed he planted. You know, like, yeah.
I mean, shout out your dad. That's a really cool experience. So, you know, you have a big voice. When you started rapping, was it your intention to make a difference in the world?
No, I don't think. Nah, it was just to feel free, I think. You know, like the more, I was so young, right? It's like sometimes you can't really go back and to know exactly what it was. But for me, as I look back, it's the camaraderie. A lot of it was like having friends and being able to just express yourself and have someone have your back and be like, oh, he's dope, you're dope too, we're together. It wasn't, you know, necessarily like what we spoke on or what's gonna change the world. I think my mother shaped me into that more as far as like the politics of the world. Like I was in jazz clubs with my father, I'd be in political organization meetings with other kids, you know, playing with puzzles while they're organizing how to take over City Hall. Or, you know, my mother was like radical, and she still is. But, you know, it was kind of like the blend of both of that. And then I think as I learned about Bob Marley and Gil Scott-Heron, and my father taught me about like what's going on, Marvin Gaye's album. I remember that was the first album that really impacted me as far as conceptually made, right? And speaking on the Vietnam War and the effects of it to the community, that's when I was like, okay, music has a profound effect on folks, you know what I mean? Like I was a kid listening to that, you know, like, so I could imagine, I always put myself in that position too, like you never know who's listening, you never know. So the message has always been important since kind of like I grew into the music and got more comfortable with my voice too, you know, because it's all a skill craft thing. I think in the beginning, you're learning to be dope. You're learning how to get on beat. You're learning how to make music, you know what I mean? And then at that point, I think you start learning like, okay, what's my character? You know, what am I gonna be? What's my moniker? What am I gonna do with my, you know, my artistry? And that's where it comes into effect. I think you learn. And the more you get a voice, the more, you know, you figure like, hey man, I'm gonna stand for this, you know?
Yeah.
You're like,
well, so it is a skill and a talent, but I mean, some people are born to do this too. Not just rapping or music, but also your social justice work and your activism as well too.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask you, have you ever felt like Billy Ray Valentine?
Billy Ray Valentine, that's Trading Places, right?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Well, I have. Okay. I had that in my lyric too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm referencing your latest release. Someone's.
Hold on, that's unfamiliar.
I'm referencing your latest release from 2024 is Someone's Everything. That line is in Roller Coaster.
Yes.
And I'm going to paraphrase, but you say like, they were treating me like Billy Ray Valentine, Trading Places, right?
Right.
So you are as well known for your activism as you are for your music. Like if people at home don't know, you were part of the Frisco Five.
Yes.
You led a 17-day hunger strike, protesting what?
Police brutality, basically. But it was all connected with what was going on in San Francisco at that time too, as far as like displacement, gentrification. But it was highlighted with what was going on in the police, San Francisco Police Department, as far as folks being murdered. Like, you know, within 1 year, it was like 5 people that was documented. Like certain things probably get swept under the rug, obviously. But these were actually on YouTube. These were like, you know, it's Alex Nieto, Mario Woods, Jessica Nelson, Luis Gongora, Amilcar Perez Lopez. So at that time, we were like, this is enough. And my mom, as I mentioned before, being a longtime activist, she really spearheaded it and was like, we need to do a hunger strike. After Amilcar Perez got murdered, or Luis Góngora had got murdered. So we were calling out the mayor. It was like we had like 3 demands. One was for the mayor to step down. The second was for the mayor to fire the chief of police at the time, which was Chief Scott, or Chief Sir. And we wanted a transparency investigation, you know. So it was like basically based in, you know, what was going on with the police department. The hunger strike was in front of the police department. We stayed overnight in tents. And yeah, it was 9 years ago. It was almost the anniversary, like 9 years ago it happened, man. It was really intense. It was really intense time.
That sounds intense. And also I just have to say, like, I don't like calling people sir. And if the police chief was called Chief Sir, you have no other option but to call them sir. I just don't like that at all. But that is intense. So you're also involved in all other sorts of cool stuff, like the Black and Brown Social Club here in San Francisco. Is hip hop inherently connected to community building?
For me, definitely. It is. It's like me and my mother, we often have conversations and like go back and forth, you know, because she's old school, you know, like she's like, we need more people involved in the movement. We need these folks that you're rapping with and all these folks that are doing things. And for me, it's hard. I kind of, you know, try to drag them in a little bit. Like, okay, let's have an open mic, and, you know, then we could announce some of the events that's going on, some of the rallies and demonstrations. We could speak on capitalism. We could speak on fascism. We could speak on Palestine. You know, it's like incorporating it with the arts and the culture. You know what I mean? Like, for me, it's imperative because that's how I found out about it. You know, through Public Enemy. I mean, I had my father, but I had Public Enemy, X-Clan, Poor Righteous Teachers. You know, like all this hip hop I was growing up with was making me want to be cool, making me want to learn about Africa, making me want to learn about Black liberation. You know, like, so yeah, it's definitely like part of the organizing tool. But you know, you see who, you know, it's like a filter too. You see who's with it, who's not. Oh, I just like the music. I don't really want to hold space. It gets dangerous. It's like, and that's the process to organizing. You have to keep trying, you know, you have to see who's with it. That's why you see old folks still at demonstrations and protests. They're still gonna be there because that's part of the process to see who has the heart to show up at least. Okay.
Yeah.
Who has the heart to read this flyer to organize? Who has the time and capacity to show up to meeting after meeting to organize these things? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't just happen like a bullhorn and a banner. You know, like it's treacherous. You know what I mean?
No, there's so much work behind the scenes, and we're talking about giving a platform. Like the Black and Brown Social Club does a reading group on Sundays that can allow for people to talk about these things that you're talking about. So I want to dig into this a little bit more because you're kind of talking about your education, and part of that was the music you were listening to and the people that you were around. So let's go back, okay? It's 1995, all right? And an album called Explainin' is released, and that shit slaps. Okay.
Right on, thank
this
you.
album slaps. Who made this album?
Bored Stiff. A group called Bored Stiff. That's where that's my origin. That's where I come from. You know, a bunch of friends that came together, and you know, obviously it's 12 of us. We always like kind of like love that, and kind of highlighted the fact that we were like 12 members. We had a community of folks. We were like, we hung on Lower Haight, you know what I mean, in the 90s, got together like around 91, 92, and then that out, you know, made like incredible music on a 4-track, on a 2-track, at an apartment on Haight Street, you know, Lower Haight, taking acid, mushrooms, smoking weed, drinking beer, you know, all the things that kids do. And we just came with like a project at a time, like pushing tapes and dubs, and it got so much like, you know, traction, I'd say. Like people were like, man, this is dope. We love what y'all doing. It'd be like unfinished songs. It'd be rough drafts and stuff with just like a 90-minute TDK or Maxell tape. And to the point where like, man, we should just come out with our own album. You know what I mean? Like, what if we did that? What if we came with, and this before CDs, we could come with CDs. We're like, let's come with vinyl and tape. And, you know, we did it in April of 95. I'll never forget. Yeah, it was like a dream come true for us, you know, even though it was like 500 tapes, it was all 500 vinyl or whatever. It was like, oh, it was the world to it. But out of those first prints now, of those vinyls, is like worth $100, $500. Like you'll see it online. It's crazy. Like Explainin' is classic to underground hip hop. You know what I mean?
It's a
Like,
classic, dude.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, so you're talking about your education. Like that album and the following albums are other people's education in hip hop. Because like back then, that was some of the first hip hop that people heard. Like for real, like that album, was some of the first hip hop that people heard out there. I'm not trying to get you to say anything that you don't want to, but you talked about, you were out there smoking blunts, doing shrooms. Is there anything wild that happened with Bored Stiff? Anything crazy that you remember, or like,
Oh my God! I mean, there's just so many wild things. There's a couple fights and rumbles and stuff like that, like at shows and stuff like we were just talking about with some friends that I'm actually incredible friends with now. You know what I mean? Like we were fighting in the 90s and all this stuff. Like, but it's a lot of crazy stuff. But Bored Stiff, I just think of like kind of us taking the bus. What I mostly think of is us taking the bus with a radio, freestyling, going to like the art animation festival, Spike and Ike's or whatever it used to be called, Spike and Mike's art. We used to go there high off of acid, just have a ball, you know what I mean? And then like go home and make music, like it was just, but it's so many nights. I'll tell you one thing. One night we were all on Hay Street and it was an incredible night. Now keep in mind, Lower Hay was like, skinheads, rockers, brothers from the projects. Like it was a whole boiling pot of everything. Skaters. Like, and one night we were all of us were throwing bottles in the street, and it was just all covered in glass, and we were all raging crazy to the point police tried to come, and they couldn't even drive through. They just backed off, and we all went crazy, like yeah, like little kids, like. But I'll never forget that. Like it was our first standoff with the pigs, like.
Dude, like, and that's so punk rock. I mean, like, honestly, yeah. And it's like being in your home, right? Because San Francisco is where you're from. It's your home, and kind of like taking possession of your home in a place where maybe you haven't always felt that you had possession of. I want to talk about this because, like, what venues would Bored Stiff be playing back in those early days?
Kennel Club. It was called the Kennel Club. 101, Club X. What was the one? There was a Club Touche, the Sound Factory, Maritime Hall.
Ooh.
Oh my God. One of the greatest venues and times in San Francisco history. We opened up for Gangstar there.
For real.
The bill was Bored Stiff and Gangstar. It was like, that was like a dream come true. So many incredible, Maritime had so many incredible shows. Busta Rhymes, Eric B. and Rakim, like incredible. But yeah, those were pretty much the clubs that we were rocking. And we were coming up like when we were 18, 19, so some of the clubs we'd have to rock the show and they'd escort us right out. It was a trip back then. We were learning like, whoa, okay, we can't even hang out. Like, okay. That was the process kind of to learning about renting it, doing our own shit, right? Like having our own spot to do shows and stuff like that.
Oh, we fucking love DIY stuff here. And also this is inspiration for musicians today because you're a San Francisco group, San Francisco artist, but you've made it all around the world, right? You've been all over and have a bunch of respect. So now you've got Sounds Like My Life. This is a documentary film about Bored Stiff.
Definitely.
Tell us about it and why did you make it?
Great question. Well, it's a documentary. I like to say it's not necessarily like brings out how Bored Stiff is special, right? It's about a special time and a special place. It's like the early 90s, Lower Hay. It's like when kids actually could like afford to pay rent there, like it's a different type of time that'll never happen again, and I think like us making it, like we did it ourselves, right? Like it's so special to me, like editing it with our friend, with folks, and all this footage that we got through the years is incredible. Shout out to Spy and other folks too that are historians of Bay Area culture, and they provided us with all type of things, and to me, it's like, Sounds Like My Life was gonna be our final album, that was gonna be the title of our album. So we kind of like got a few friends that were like, y'all should do a documentary. I mean, this is like almost 15 years in the making. You know what I mean? Like 10 years are easy. We were like trying to do this and a bunch of bumps and hiccups, but I think like the importance is also it's like proclaiming our space in San Francisco hip hop history. You know, is I'm deeply into like preserving culture, and because I know how the powers that be work, and I know how they love to sweep things under the rug and let things pass and let you know like, oh, this didn't happen 5 years ago. Like all it is mainstream. This is what San Francisco is. Like I always look at the counterculture, the alternative. When I look back even in time, as far as free jazz or under artists that didn't necessarily get the credit or like the shine that I think they deserve. And I think Bored Stiff fits into that category where it's like people will see the artists doing big things, right, in San Francisco, and whatever, selling out this venue or going across the world. It's like Bored Stiff has their roots in that. Our tentacles are connected. You feel me? Like, if you really do the research. Like for music historians like myself or someone that would love it's like, and I think Bored Stiff doing a documentary, it gives a visual to what was going on too. That, and to me, it's like you really can't take that away. It's a little more impactful than like just a song that someone can talk over or something. It's like, no, you have to watch this, and people are gonna watch that. You know what I mean? So I feel it's more or less, preserving the culture of San Francisco hip hop, and sometimes you have to pat yourself on the back.
Hell yeah,
you know what I mean? Like no one else is gonna do it.
No, for real.
Obviously, like and doing this movie is a testament to that. Like we did it ourselves. We sold the Roxy out in 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like soon as we posted the link, it's like it showed people that always done turned their back on Bored Stiff, which made Bored Stiff. We come from being neglected, being looked over, being overlooked, being underground, being the whatever, and so it's kind of like this continues that. It's like we didn't get no endorsements, we didn't get nothing. We called Roxy ourselves, we edited this movie ourselves, and it's gonna be a kind of a testament to that. It's like Bored Stiff is still here, we exist, and regardless of what goes on, this is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and you do have to pat yourself on the back. In fact, I started doing yoga specifically so I could reach further back to pat myself on the back. But I love what you're saying, because what there is in your career is this continuous thread. You said that you all made this movie yourselves. This is your creation. And it goes all the way back to the early days where you were making all of that yourself. You guys produced the albums, you recorded it yourself, and I absolutely love to see an artist like you that is still maintaining that DIY ethic. Now with a killer film. So this is premiering at the Roxy Theater here in San Francisco on the 1st of June.
Yes.
Unfortunately, though, you said it's sold out.
Yes, but we have our second showing June 8th in Oakland at the New Parkway. It's the same time, 1 p.m. film, Sunday, June 8th, New Parkway, Oakland. We still have tickets left for that. It's selling pretty good though, fast too. And I have a feeling as soon as they watch the first, people are gonna buy it. So if you're watching, please support, go online and look up, New Parkway, Bored Stiff, Sounds Like My Life.
And so is there anything else planned around this film? Are there going to be other showings in the future, or fingers crossed, might there be a live show with Bored Stiff coming up?
Wow, that would be crazy, man. And we already got offers, and we already had to turn them down because it's like we're not ready to perform, honestly. Like I'm like it's hard enough to get everyone together right now, but yeah, I mean, it'd be dope. I mean, we're hoping that we get into some film festivals, maybe possibly, folks in Europe, folks in Japan are hitting us up, wanting us to somehow get out there and show it. So that's the goal. I hope this film gets some of our folks overseas, like some of Bored Stiff didn't get to go overseas. They were either locked up or hustling or doing this and that or making a family, so it's a goal of mine to get like everybody overseas one day. Like, man, the fruits of your labor, you want to enjoy that. These brothers worked hard, just as hard as me, if not harder, for Bored Stiff. So it's like, a lot of us, need to enjoy that. So hopefully, film festivals, and I think the SF Film Festival it'll be a layup. I think once we get, the structure going.
I want to make sure we recognize some of the other people in the group. Do you want to shout out some of the other artists?
Yeah, don't get mad because it's a lot of dudes, but
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, White Mike, my brother, Mint Rocky, my brother, my cousin actually, P. Whaley, Professor Whaley. Little Sean, Big Sean, TD Camp, Ike, Jules, and I gotta say rest in peace to Priz, K Dubba, and JoJo. So, I might have forgot one or two persons, but that's just because it's on the spot. But yeah, that's Bored Stiff basically. And shout out FDOG, my brother who's basically Bored Stiff. Rest in peace to him. Shout out my brother Agent Strychnine, G. Scott Spanks. It's a community of folks, man. And the documentary is gonna definitely show that.
Yeah, it is a community, and Equipto is continuing to build community right now, still working with younger artists, still helping the community out in all the ways that you can. This film is important. You can follow Equipto at Equipto_415. You can also follow Sounds Like My Life at soundslikemylife.doc.doc. All of those ats are in the chat. Equipto, there's no other way that I can say it. You fucking rule. This has been wonderful. And this is, I gotta tell everybody, what we heard today is just a small sliver of what Bored Stiff and what Equipto's career, both in music and activism, has been. So thank you so much. Now, you mentioned it earlier, some of those early albums, like Explainin' and Timeless, are now high-priced collector's items. I'm hoping that you and I are gonna be friends after this. Is it possible for me to get a copy of one of those?
I don't even have that's how collector's item it is. I don't even have an original. I know TD, a couple of members do, but I don't.
Okay.
Man, I wish I did, man. I had stacks of them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I had to ask Equipto. Look, we are about to check out the trailer for this incredible documentary about Bored Stiff. Do you want some of the Satan's tempting treat over here?
Maybe I'll have a little piece.
Okay,
Can I
cool.
give a shout out real quick?
Yeah.
Because since it's Devil's Pie Day or whatever, it's also 4 people's birthday that I want to shout out.
Oh, happy
it's
birthday.
Malcolm X's birthday. It's Ho Chi Minh's birthday. It's Lorraine Hansberry's birthday. And it's Yuri Kochiyama's birthday.
All on the same day?
All on the same day.
That's
May
kind of
19th.
wild.
And they're all revolutionaries, and I admire every one of them to the fullest. You know what I mean? So I always got to give a shout out.
I was going to challenge you to a rap battle, but
no.
I don't know. Maybe later. Look, workers of the world unite. Happy birthday to those revolutionaries. We're going to watch the trailer for this documentary. The Campbell Apartment, will you take us into the trailer, please? Thank you, Equipto. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah.
That was the counterculture, and we were the counterculture. Like, we were right there.
They was right there when other people didn't even exist. Bored Stiff was fully around. There really wasn't nobody else like that. But that's the real OGs.
Real OG.
Anything that represents Frisco, man, in the sound, got that TD sound. This shit, that was rocking.
Just record your song, record it live.
People, they hold on to those records and will never let them go.
A lot of people enjoyed the music, but didn't understand, how significant hip hop was on that level as far as like what you sampled.
People don't really understand. We would have had the video camera for the EP, for Explainin'. Oh, man. So now y'all just get the piece from shit.
But you go back and you listen to the music, it stands the test of time, and to me that's what makes it good hip hop.
Yo, that's it.
Guitars, guitars, guitars. Nothing gets rid of those pandemic blues like a new vintage guitar. Come on down to Real Guitars and get yourself a real guitar. 15 Lafayette Street off Mission in San Francisco. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to
5-ish.
realguitars.com. On Instagram at Real Guitars.
Soundwaves, the long-running Bay Area music brand, is partnered with the Complex Recording Studio in San Francisco to showcase weekly live performances shot at the Complex SF and to further shine a light on the wild, wonderful Bay Area music scene. Watch full episodes at soundwavestv.com or at 1077thebone.com. Find out more about the Complex at thecomplex-sf.com.
Are your kids driving you nuts? Are they keeping you up all night? Do they need an activity that will save their life? If the answer is yes, then we can help your kids. Thank you for calling 3 o'clock Rock, where we start bands, play shows, make records, and go on tour. Wow, I wish there was something like this when I was a kid. If interested, please visit us on the World Wide Web at 3oclockrock.com or check out our Instagram, 3 o'clock rock. Thanks for calling and have a nice day.
Got a grudge. Got a grudge.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That is the Campbell Apartment bringing us back. Campbell Apartment, you rule. I got to shout out the chat here because we got some chat from YouTube. Dinero Primero says, need to pick up some board stiff merch.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Also, we've got Lala saying, can't wait. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on What's Poppin', live at the Complex. Look, Equipto's here. We got Total Accord Agency and White Crate with us. The Campbell Apartment is up there. If you love what we're doing, if you love what you just saw, consider smashing that follow button. Even better, smash that subscribe button. It's like $6 a month. It helps us to keep bringing all these cool shows like What's Poppin', like Check the Rhyme, Freestyle Flow Fest, Talking Schmidt, and our new show, the Toys Rap Battle League, which was on last night, and it was brutal and hilarious. You can watch the replay of all of our shows on Twitch for 2 months after they air. And you know what? We're not big fans of billionaires here. And one of the biggest billionaires is Jeff Bezos, the founder and owner of Amazon. So if you already have an Amazon Prime account, if you're paying Bezos that money, you can connect your Amazon Prime account to our Twitch channel, the Complex SF. You don't have to pay any more, and we get a subscription. It's free for you, and we get the $6. So why not do that? Mm-hmm. Look, we've got the Campbell Apartment here with us. They're playing a show this Wednesday at Ivy Room for Bang the Bay. Are you guys going to get wild on Wednesday?
Always.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. No
Yeah.
holds barred.
Now, look, it is Plant Something Day. Do you have a light salad song, or are all of your songs heavy salads?
This is a caprese salad song. You know, fresh mozzarella, basil, sliced up heirloom tomatoes, and that's the name of the song. It's a long name, but here we go.
Well, look, I'm handing out basil plants today, so that's perfect. Now, look, I have to tell you, we were talking about some revolutionary birthdays earlier. Thank you for that, Equipto. But you know who else's birthday it is today? In 1946, Andre the Giant was born. Andre the Giant was 7 feet 4 inches tall and weighed 520 pounds. Andre the Giant once said, and I quote, "It's difficult wherever I go. They don't build anything for big people. They have everything for blind people, for crippled people, for other people, but not for big people," end quote. The Campbell apartment, what modifications would be made if things were specifically made for you?
They would be a lot softer, a lot more comfort, because I think we spend a lot of time sitting on these drum thrones and leaning on guitar amps, and they're just like, they're not good for our elbows.
There would be a kegerator in my bedroom.
That's right. We were looking at this wall of amps back here. We're wondering which one is the secret band's refrigerator. How about that one?
Hell yeah, the Campbell apartment, that's great. Hey, look, everyone can catch them this Wednesday at Ivy Room in Albany, or you can catch them right here for an exclusive live performance in just a little bit. But look, folks, we're celebrating so much today, and it is International Chi Day, the day that we celebrate the cheese in our life. And we have our very own Chi here at the complex. Of course, I'm talking about the founder of Check the Rhyme. Right now, it is an honor and a pleasure to welcome Infinite Chi to What's Poppin'. Hell yeah. Infinite Chi, I can't believe that you're finally here. You know, not just to part one of our correspondents, not hosting your own show, but on the couch. Here is a basil plant for you to plant later.
Awesome.
Let me lick some of that delicious devil's food
I
cake
hope
right
I keep
there.
it alive longer than a week. I haven't had a good history with plants.
When you plant something, it's up to you. What do you think of the Campbell apartment up there?
Oh, they're rocking. And I love all their answers to the interviews. It's so much fun.
Now, Chi, what's poppin'? I've been waiting forever to ask you this. What's poppin'?
Yeah, what is poppin'? Yesterday, I got poisoned by frog venom. You could still see the marks here from Combo. It's like an Amazonian frog venom.
Are you serious?
So, yeah, it's supposed to help clear negative energies and rebalance your system. So,
wait, dude.
I got to do that and then host some rap battles all in one day.
Dude, like, because it's the Jumping Frog Jubilee, I was going to ask you what you thought about frogs. Now I don't have to ask.
I think they make me hurl. That actually happened during the ceremony yesterday.
It's a small price to pay.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. After the hurling, how was that experience?
It's hard to actually say. A lot of people experience something right away. It's not like a psychedelic where the epiphanies come to you while you're on the medicine. But apparently afterwards, in the coming days, there's integration. And today's been a good day so far. I mean, I'm sitting here with you, with the legend Equipto.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Hell yeah. In fact, do you have anything you want to say to Equipto?
Well, it was a big honor because we've done so many shows here with Check the Rhyme, but Equipto was the very first artist that I was a huge fan of. Like, I bought the CDs with Andre Nicotina back when I was in college. So a lot of the artists were people that were coming up that I discovered when I was trying to build Check the Rhyme. But Equipto was the first person that came on the show where I was like starstruck because I was like, man, I've been listening to this guy's music for almost 20 years. And
that's what's
now he's on my show. And that's a long way to go for a suburban, shy, dorky Chinese kid from Fremont.
Not saying a lot. Thank you for sharing that, Chi. And you're always willing to be vulnerable, which is important for men to do. So you founded Check the Rhyme. What is Check the Rhyme?
Yeah, so Check the Rhyme started as a way for me to actually connect with people who love hip-hop. Like, I love geeking out about hip-hop, but I, being a suburban kid, went to a Catholic high school. I felt like if I talk to anybody that loved hip hop, they would think I was a poser, that they wouldn't believe that I actually had a true passion for it. So I didn't have friends that actually cared about the same thing that I did. It's kind of like Tupac was a rose that grew from concrete. I felt like my passion for hip hop was kind of like a rose that grew in darkness. And it was kind of amazing. I went to probably at least 500 hip hop shows all by myself. And when I went there, I didn't even talk to people. So I got to this certain point where I was like, I have so much passion for this music. It needs to be expressed. I want to go somewhere to talk about it and connect with people and discover new music. And it made me think of the Tribe Called Quest song, Check the Rhyme, which Q-Tip says, off to better things like a hip-hop forum, pass me the rock and I score with decorum. And I was like, let me go to a hip-hop forum. I want to talk about this shit. I want to share music, share the passion. I couldn't find anything. So I started this Instagram just because I knew that's what people had. I didn't realize it's a terrible way to build community, and was trying to get it to the point where I had enough followers to take it to a venue and say, hey, on an off night, let us come and not have like a DJ playing, but let's share like songs that made an impact in our life or talk about them, play them, have different themes. And that led one thing to another. I never thought I'd be hosting shows, and now I've created an interactive community because all the social media platforms are awful. Being at the whim of algorithms, it doesn't matter how much you spend on your music videos or your shows. You can create the greatest thing, and you don't know if anyone's going to see it. It's like building skyscrapers on sand. So with this Discord community, which is the main passion, yes, I'm doing the shows here at the complex. Yes, I'm connecting a lot of people. Yes, I did manage a couple artists for a little while too. But none of it matters until we have a way to bring the power back into the people's hands, into the musicians' hands, and have a way to connect without the algorithms. And that's what the Discord community is. We have a one-stop spot for everything hip-hop in the Bay Area. Now we're expanding into Santa Cruz and Sacramento. Got some people in Alaska in there. Just got Amp Live from Zionai in there. Like, a lot of people are starting to join this movement and starting to see the power. If you out of a recording studio, artists can find them. People that make videographers, photographers. If you're looking to buy beats, if you have beats to sell, there's so much that it's so hard to be an artist in the Bay Area. You don't want all these people to, the venues that support hip hop, like Slate Bar, they went out of business because we weren't able to get people to go to the events, and some people might be amazing sound engineers, but they've got to pay rent in the recording studio. How are people discovering them? Yeah. So I'm bringing a spot for everybody.
Yeah, right. So I love all your shows, a genuine fan, not just because we work together here at the studio, but I'm a genuine fan. But tell me what this Discord is. As someone, pretend that I have no idea what Discord is, because I have no idea what Discord is. So tell me what Discord is and why it's a good place for you to be building this hip hop community.
Yeah, so Discord is a platform that was originally used by people that play video games. I used to use it to chat with my friends when I was playing League of Legends. But what's really great about it is that you can create separate channels based on any topics, and people can share and have discussions there. So I've got one that says concerts and events. When you click on that, you don't need to scroll past babies and hamburgers and all these other things to try to find a show to go to. It's all there, back to back to back to back. And that's where I get the shows that I announce on What's Poppin'. So artists can come, drop their shows there. It doesn't matter if they're famous or if they're just starting out. Their show is there. It stays there in the order, and they don't have to worry about, are people seeing this or not? And the other thing is that anybody invited by anybody sees everything from everybody. It's not like Equipto needs to get somebody to follow him, and then MC Paz needs to get somebody to follow him, and then True Justice needs to get somebody to follow him. Anybody bought in by any of those artists will see anything from everybody. And I've got channels well organized for music. So if you're looking for new music, you could just go boom, 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 boom. All this music being shared by artists in the community. Beats. Boom, 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 all these beats. We have dance channel, we have fashion, every element of hip hop. Plus we've got partnerships with people like Hip Hopaholics and Return of the MC. So if artists want to perform there, they just go to that channel and they mention it. If anybody wants to talk about the show, they can go to that channel and geek out about the show. So it's an amazing place to build.
And for real, so there's this continuous thread here again in this show. You are putting so much work into building this community, just like White Crate and Total Accord. You're doing it yourself, putting in so much work, just like Equipto has been doing. And I do feel like you're continuing the tradition that started years and years ago in this scene, and it's really fucking cool that you're doing it. Now, everybody can follow Infinite Chi at chi.infinite on Instagram. Follow Check the Rhyme at check_da_rhyme. And then what do we do to get on the Discord?
The link in the bio on Check the Rhyme will take you right there. Create your account. You can let people know by assigning a color to your name if you are an MC, a producer, a hip hop head, so you know who people are right away. And yeah, you collaborate. I want to see people collaborate with each other. I want to be the reason why a whole bunch of people come together and make a hip hop musical or do all this cool shit. Like, the sky's the limit.
I love it. And the sky is the limit. And I'm so happy that I get to know you personally and you inspire me every time we talk. And because it is International Chi Day, I would like to take a little walk down memory lane with you right now, Chi. So if Alana is ready, you know, people don't know this about it, but it was the Frog Jumping Jubilee this weekend. And Chi has been a frog jockey since 2005. He's never taken the full championship, but he's been out there. This is him last year in 2024 in Calaveras County with his frog. Very cool. We love this. You know, also Chi recently started a cult. And here he is with his followers. What is this cult all about, Chi?
It is about macaroni and cheese and the elevation of consciousness and Wu-Tang.
I want to join. Now, also, everybody knows that Chi is a real ladies' man, and we have a picture of you getting ready to go on a night out here. Chi, why are you wearing a life jacket?
You gotta stay afloat. Life is wavy as fuck, and you gotta stay afloat.
And, yeah, I'm afraid you were gonna get wet. So, Infinite Chi, everybody, thank you for being here. Do you want some of Satan's cake?
Sure.
Okay, I'll hand it around. Hey, look, folks, we are about to have a whole bunch of fun because we got Infinite Chi, we got Equipto, and right now it is time for Take a Shot. Let's get a little bit of music from the Campbell apartment because we're going to bring out some new folks here. That's right, George, we got the new folks. So we're going to welcome back Tyla, and also we've got Leah and Molly, right? I said that right, didn't I? Yes, okay, come on out, everybody. Chi, do you want to come sit over here?
At the complex, what's poppin'? At the complex, what's poppin'? At the complex.
I love it.
Okay, I didn't give you a proper introduction or a welcome. Molly, welcome to What's Poppin'. Leah, welcome to What's Poppin'. Okay, so I just want everyone to know you are part of Total Accord Agency. Tell us quickly how you got involved with it and what your roles are with Total Accord.
Well, I got involved with it. I met Tyla through working at the chapel, and I just was always really, I always really admired Tyla and her championing of local artists. And so the second she said she was starting a thing and it wouldn't pay much, I was like, whatever, I don't care if it pays nothing, I'm down. Yeah, and
I love that. Yeah, you're in the right business if you don't want to get paid.
Yeah, shout out the music industry.
I love that music.
It is wild out there.
That's the cold one.
And Molly?
Yeah, same thing. We both worked at the chapel. I met Tyla through the chapel as well, and we bonded over our love for local music and also just music in general, and wanting to, like Leah said, champion the people that are not getting their voices heard as often as they probably should. And I'm also a booking agent right now. Yeah, it's an honor to be a part of it.
Okay, so then are you two are involved in the celebration of Bay Area music that's coming up? Will you tell us a little bit about your roles and what you're excited about for that event?
Yeah, so I'm a booking agent for Casey Cope and then also Miss Hits. They'll be playing the evening show at Great American. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And why is it important for them to play Great American?
Because they're just small acts, and it's just that's going to be probably the biggest venue that they've both played so far. And so I'm just like really excited to see them shine. They're both so good. And they just take control of the stage in such a great way. Like I think this is going to be really cool.
No, it's honestly, it's a huge like honor for you to be able to like get one of your artists on that stage. It's wild, right? Yeah. It's like, world famous. Molly, what are you excited about? What's your role over there?
I'm excited to see all of it. Obviously, everyone has such great artists, but I'm also booking with The Breathing Room and Outer Sunset, which are both playing at the Kilowatt on Friday, the 23rd. Those are, some people that I've known for a long time. It's just really fun to be able to put them together this time. I feel like it'll be a good mix of everybody throughout the whole city, just kind of coming together in one place at the Kilowatt of all places, which is a great place for all of us to be together and listen to each other and talk to each other.
Absolutely. Now, I always have to mention this because I'm a big fan of The Breathing Room. I played a show with The Breathing Room when they were like first starting out or whatever, and I loved them immediately, and now to this day I'm like, I got to play with The Breathing Room. So when they get famous off their music, I'll be like, hey, I got to open for them once. Okay, thank you, Molly and Leah, for being here. Look, we got Tyla, Molly, Leah from Total Accord. We have Equipto, and we've got Infinite Chi, the Campbell Apartment. It is now time for our Take a Shot segment. Are we ready? Does everyone have their drinks in hands? So look, in life, in love, in romance, and in art, you must take your metaphorical shot. So now we are all going to share a shot that we have taken, and then, I'm going to drink this poison. For your entertainment at home, everybody knows that I hate this stuff. In every episode, I choke it down, but I'm going to do it for you. So I'm going to kick us off. All right, I'll start with a shot that I've taken. It is International Plant Something Day. When I was first starting out in music, I played in a couple of bands. I was also doing like my solo thing, a white guy with an acoustic guitar, like you've never seen that before. But I did write this song called Plant Life. And it was an analogy about how plants live and the challenges they face, how they're similar to the challenges that humans face. I thought it was a pretty good song, but I was just kind of floating in music. But I played this song once, and these two much more talented musicians than I heard it. And they came to me and were like, dude, we'd love to start a band with you. We did start that band. I'm not proud of the band name. It was called Infinite Turtles. But, you live and you learn. But that band, may help me discover that I have something meaningful to share with the world. So shout out Infinite Turtles. I miss Boots and Al. Let's do a reunion. It's about time we do a reunion. That was the shot that I took. Whew. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry to everybody that you're about to witness here, but.
Oh my gosh, that's a huge shot.
Oh, it's slow.
So
That's a big shot.
Wow, if the devil was in that food cake, this is Satan right here. Move on, Tyla.
How do I follow that? Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I think, the obvious answer for me at this moment is I took a shot by starting Total Accord. With, no idea if anyone would care or wanted to be a part of it.
Okay.
And here we are a year later with my team growing, highlighting local artists and already getting them on tours and seeing the progress and the support and having a really good time. So, taking a leap of faith on this project. So
now that is a shot worth taking. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now it's down the hatch, Tyla. And it's done. Much better than me. Good work, good work. Molly, what's a shot you've taken?
In recent year, I've taken some career changes and also kind of to make room for things like this to, put myself into more of the actual San Francisco community and kind of join in Tyla's game there. I think that was my biggest thing. So. Cheers.
And that is a shot worth taking, Molly. Now it is down the hatch. And it's done. Very good work. Very good work. Leah, what's a shot you've taken?
When I first started working in music, I was applying to Stern Grove Festival. Shout out to Stern Grove.
Hell yeah.
But I missed the application time, but I just knew that they had an orientation happening on a certain day. So I just literally showed up and was like, hey, I want to work here. And they're like, okay, cool. Yeah, we can set up an interview. And I got the job. And that really started me on my music career, honestly, because from there I met like a ton of people in the music industry, like at Warfield.
Yeah.
and all
Where I
that.
started.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't even know you could just show up without a.
Not anymore.
I don't know if you could. Back then you
It
could.
worked.
No longer.
It
Back then, we got in at a good time.
Okay, that is a shot worth taking, and now it is down the hatch. And it's down. Great work. Wow, everyone's doing better than I did. Equipto, what is a shot that you've taken?
Like 15 years ago, just had my money and went to Europe. Like
Yeah.
that was definitely a shot because I didn't know, but it was definitely worth it.
To perform or?
No, well, we didn't have no shows lined up. We just took our money. We'll go out there and figure it out.
For real?
So it was a real shot. Like we were just like, and it was the best move probably I ever made.
Wow.
I just got friendships that I still have to this day. You know, we ended up doing shows out there. You know, taking trains around Europe. So that was like the best like chance I ever took. Like I was like, all right, I'm gonna put this last money for rent. We're just gonna go out here for a couple of months. And it was definitely a beautiful time.
That is a shot worth
Oh,
taking. Thank
shit.
you for sharing that, Equipto. And now it's down the hatch. It's down the hatch, my friend. And it's down. It's down. Infinite Chi, what's a shot you've taken?
Man, so I already mentioned how I grew up as like the stereotype of an Asian kid in Fremont, just quiet, shy, dorky, and my group of friends were known as the Trekkies. That's the kind of person that I was. And the high school I was gonna go to back then was known as like the only ghetto in Fremont. So my parents sent me to a private Catholic high school. Junior year, I had this like mega crush on this girl that I thought she was amazing and gorgeous and just perfect, but she was dating a member of the varsity football team. And I was like, well, I only got one more year left, and then who knows what's gonna happen. So I decided to like shoot my shot, buy her stuffed animals, flowers, all this stuff to try to steal her from this member of the football team. The entire varsity football team started like messaging me on Instant Messenger and doing all this stuff, saying they were gonna beat my ass and everything. And so I told them like, well, I came from, you know, public school in Fremont. All my friends are at American High, which had a bad reputation for fights and everything back then. If you do anything to me, they will fuck you up. They bought it. They didn't know there were a bunch of Star Trek dorks and everything. And they were like, oh shit, they left me alone. He ended up on some kind of probation, so he wasn't allowed to go to junior prom. So I asked her, she said yes, and I took the girl to prom.
See? That is a shot worth taking. Thank you for sharing that. Now it's down the hatch.
Oof.
And it's done. Chris from the Campbell apartment, what's a shot you've taken?
Tough one. I'm in a room here surrounded by creators. People have taken their risks and stuck their neck out, and I have been inspired to do such, you know, in the same way that Chi was talking about, kind of like living in working in your bedroom or something like that, working on your small projects, and Equipto as well. I go back to my old tapes and I listen to those things. It's like time travel. It's like solid gold, and I'm trying to do more that's a little bit more out in the public. And this show and this band is one of those things. I'm lucky to join Mark. Mark brought this thing to me. Cheers. Cheers. And Ari's music is a joy to play, and I'm psyched to be sticking my neck out playing music.
Hell yeah, that is a shot worth taking. Thank you for sharing that, Chris. And now it is down the hatch. And it's done, folks. Mark.
Wow. Life's always about taking risks. You don't advance unless you take some risks. Biggest shot I took was I did my first DIY tour in Italy with my band, the Bondstones.
Oh,
Just
hell yeah.
decided to do it on my own, contacted bands, asked if we could play along with them. Thankfully, everyone was available, and we set up the tour and then went to Italy for 3 weeks. It was pretty fucking awesome.
That is pretty fucking awesome. That is a shot worth taking, Mark. Now it's time down the hatch, and it's done. Now, folks, I'm going to ask Ari, but everyone needs to know we have a policy on the show that if anyone is not drinking alcohol, unfortunately, I need to take their shot of alcohol for them. So, Ari, I'm very upset with you, but also I respect that you're not drinking. Ari, what's a shot that you've taken?
Well, I took a shot on bassist extraordinaire, the infinite Chris Greason, and I want to give a shout out to all the dead former bass players from the Campbell apartment. There was White Adam, Frank Sebastiano, Frank Padalero. There was Henning Wilhelm Ohlenbusch, rest in peace, gentlemen. There was that Stone guy, Tom, we fired him pretty fast. Maya Fagina. We had Marty Schneider in the house. Also Scott Johnson. More recently, we had Kevin Frank and also the late, great Chris Edward Dunn.
Wow.
And Carlo, yes.
The road is paved with bass player bodies from the Campbell apartment. That's another.
Good luck, Chris. But Ari, that is a shot worth taking. Thank you for sharing that. You'll do your sparkling water while I take your poison for you. Okay, so. No. Okay, great work, everybody. Now that I am all liquored up, it's time to learn something because we are celebrating the Jumping Frog Jubilee that happened in Calaveras County. It just finished. Okay, so the first Jumping Frog Jubilee was held in 1928. All right. Right now, there is a $20,000 grand prize for the team, human and frog, that can beat the current record.
Wow.
Okay, $20,000 to be the biggest frog jumper. Now, these jumps are measured in 3 consecutive jumps in a straight line. The current... Oh boy, that whiskey is disgusting. The current record was set in 1986 by Rosie the Ribbiter. Rosie the Ribbiter, 1986, set the record when she jumped 21 feet, 5 3/4 inches. Okay, that's wild. Humans can't do that. Okay, so also we need to know that the human part of the team is called frog jockeys. All right. Also, there is a frog welfare policy in place at the Calaveras County Jumping Frog competition. There are frog doctors on site to care for and treat any sick or injured frogs. And also, all of the bullfrogs are released back into the wild. Last year, in 2024, an 86-year-old woman won the championship. Didn't break the record, but won. And a 10-year-old girl took second place. So this can be anything. Right now, this is a game for everybody. If Alana is ready, this is the Frog Jockey Challenge. Keep in mind that I just said last year was won by an 86-year-old woman and a 10-year-old girl. Right now, we're going to bring up our 3 frog jockeys, and everyone must choose their frog jockey, who they think is going to win. So we got number 1 here. Okay, and then let's see who else we've got coming up. There's number 2.
Bozo.
Okay. All right, so remember number 1, and here's number 3. Who, 1, 2, or 3, who's choosing which one?
2.
I picked
2.
2, yeah.
I like 2.
2 looks like he's gonna
Look
win
at that
something.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
there's
been
passion.
working hard.
Is this the consensus? Wow, this has never happened on the show. All of you are right. You all won. That is the best frog jumper. Now, look, we're going to play another game. Sometimes we do the band name challenge. Okay, today we are going to do the celebrated jumping frog name challenge. So I'm going to present 4 jumping frog names to you. 3 of them are real jumping frogs who have competed, and 1 of them is not real. So jumping frog name challenge. First, we have Amphibionce. Amphibionce. Second, we have Soggy Peso. Soggy Peso. We also have Hoppenheimer. And finally, we have Daniel Webster, as in webbed feet, okay? Does anyone need to hear them again, or are we ready to make our guesses?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, what do we think?
Soggy Peso?
Soggy Peso is false.
Yeah.
I also think that.
Soggy Peso. Equipto?
I say Webster.
Webster?
I'm going to go with, what was the first one that was so glorious?
Amphibionce.
Yeah, I'm going to give you credit for coming up with that one.
Yeah, right.
So highly of you. That is clearly the best name, so you must have made that up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That could work.
Anyone from Campbell Apartment want to weigh in?
Hoppenheimer. I mean, Oppenheimer's. Are we picking the fake one here?
Yeah, you're picking the fake one. Yeah.
Oppenheimer just speaks to me so well.
Okay. Okay. Well, I got news for everybody. The winner is Equipto, because Daniel Webster is the name of the frog in Mark Twain's short story, The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County. This is a fictional frog, Daniel Webster. But she's right. Amphibionce is the best fucking name for a frog I've ever
overestimated you.
Overestimated.
Now, today is International Plant Something Day. If you could whisper your desire into the soil What will you harvest in 90 days?
Desire.
Anyone
That's
can
a
jump
tough
in
one.
here? These are great. This is great. Okay.
Is there a right answer?
There's too many things.
Tyler's got it. Okay. It's a
Yeah,
tough
there's
one.
so
I
many
get it.
things.
I
There's so many
know.
things.
Well, choose one.
More peace in the world, less
Very
hate
good.
towards each other, and I wish more people were on the right side of history. So hopefully people can wake up.
You're here. You're here.
That's what I'm feeling.
Molly.
I think one that's a little closer to all of us, I guess, is just bringing San Francisco back to the people that live and work and create here.
Here, here. As Equipto said earlier, there was a day when like these young folks and artists could afford rent, right? Here, here.
Yeah.
Leah?
Mine was a little bit more like, I don't know what the word is, but like greedy. It's just that my artist can play Camp Flog Gnaw.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, that's not
Love
greedy
it.
at all. I love that. Yeah.
Peace and love and Camp Flog Gnaw, you know?
Yeah. And look, peace and love. And this is the thing. We're trying to get to everyone's truth, so thank you for that. Equipto, what are you harvesting?
More weed.
That part.
Keep it real.
I am harvesting a quantum jump into the optimal reality of.
Can we see the stars?
Which means
again?
all
That's
of
yours.
Can we see the stars again?
That's integration.
Look at this.
That's integration
Ooh,
talk.
yes.
It's the integration
Yeah,
talk.
they burn off the first layer of the skin with incense,
Ghost
and then
cat.
put
Whoa.
frog poison.
Ghost Cat came for it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Love it.
Wait, they burned it with, they
Oh my
burned
gosh,
it with
I'm not-
incense?
Yeah, they use like kind of like putting a cigarette butt out on your skin to burn off the first layer to expose the lymph nodes, and then they put the poison directly in there.
Reminds me of my
Wow.
childhood. Look, this is another difficult question. Okay, so we're gonna do the speed round here. All right. So, what is the most beautiful thing that you know that no one taught you?
Taught me. Speed round.
Bro, slow motion.
That's a big question.
It is.
Nobody taught me. That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I'm like,
Wow.
somebody,
Taught
we're all
me.
students.
yeah,
Somebody
kinda
taught
right.
us.
something.
Or it's like a
That's-
domino effect from what somebody did. So
Yeah.
it's like they kind of taught you.
I mean,
Yeah.
is this is the answer? Wisdom is passed down, isn't it?
Wisdom,
Yeah,
yes.
literally.
I am gaining wisdom from our guests every episode, and every time I meet a new person, some of the wisdom is shit. I'm not gonna lie, right? And some wisdom, I'm like, you got to stay away from me. But mostly people are good, I think. And yeah, okay, that's the answer. Let's move on. What is a musical hill that you would die on? This one should be easy.
Musical hill.
Campbell Apartment, anyone jump in here. Ronnie, you got something to say? Wow, these questions, okay.
I got,
Okay,
a, lot,
I got
I got a
one.
lot of hills
Okay,
I would
she's-
die
she's
on.
got
Very
one, she's got
opinionated
one.
about some stuff. For example, guitar players need to not have any whooshing and noise coming out of their amp when they're not playing. Ari's doing a good job of this right now.
Here,
Good job,
here,
Ari.
here,
Thank you.
here.
You're being a model.
Something I learned that I was never taught is that the meaning of life is love.
Oh.
It's true.
Ronnie says the subwoofer is never big enough. Now we're getting it. Now we're starting to. Ghost Cat.
That's
Ghost
a
Cat likes
subwoofer.
that actually.
Yeah.
Ghost Cat is happy about that.
Yeah.
Chi, you had something to add?
Yeah, I think lyricism matters. Like, that's the hill I'm going to die on. Like, a lot of people only care if it has a dope beat or something like that, but I am a proponent of lyricism.
Here, here. Okay.
Maybe
Hey,
like
Yeah.
about that topic of not being taught something. What about serendipity? What about those things that you can't plan and like it just happens? And it's a surprise, and it's like you dropped something into your chocolate into the peanut butter, and then you have a combination of things that you wouldn't have necessarily had beforehand.
Totally. I was thinking about things that you don't plan the last time I got an STD test. Equipto. No, that's just a joke. I've never had an STD. Equipto, you were going to add something there?
Well, it's kind of like being independent. Well, the hill to die on, I think, is for me musically would be, I think, performing without over your vocals. I'm one of those
yes.
kind of like MCs that kind of like rap over your instrumental. I don't care how it sounds, get it out there.
Yes.
Don't rap over your song. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll probably die on that hill. What was the other one you just talked about?
What's the most beautiful thing you
never thought
that was never taught?
It's important. Yeah, that's a trip too, because like I think just being independent is kind of like a beautiful, like, because your parents could try to prepare you as much as anything, but you're not gonna, you're only gonna learn through your own experience. You know what I mean? Like, and that's something that no one can teach you but your life experience. So I think that's very, like, being independent on your own, traveling, like, that's really.
That's a big step, and we kind of hear it reflected, right? We hear about moving to San Francisco on the show all the time, or doing that thing. That is a huge step. And you know what? You don't have to be 18 to have that step. That could happen at any time in your life.
Yep.
Now, this is the real speed round, everybody. No excuses.
Okay.
What song do you wish was written about you? Tyla.
Oh my goodness. Written about me.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's so hard.
We can come back. Molly?
I don't know why. I might regret this answer later, but the first thing that comes to mind is Congratulations by MGMT. I don't know why.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's the first time I've heard that answer. That's great. That's great. Leah?
The first thing that came to my mind was I Don't Fuck With You by Big Sean, honestly.
Oh my God.
Like a hater anthem.
It is the hater anthem, yeah. That song slaps. Equipto?
Well, I wish it was written about me. I'd say All Night Long by the Mary Jane.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like,
excellent.
Yeah, I love that song.
Thank you.
Good.
G?
I'm gonna try to kind of cheat and get two, but this artist, I don't know if he forgot, but he made two songs with the exact same name. Royce the 5'9", he has so many bars that I wish I wrote. Like, his braggadocio is off the charts. He made two songs called Legendary, one with Travis Barker and one off, I think, Layers. Both of those songs are just like badass as fuck, like the level of confidence. So I wish I wrote those songs. Legendary.
Okay.
Royce the 5'9".
Chi, I've been waiting for 2 years to hear you answer that question. But I do have to challenge you. Here's my hot take for the night. Travis Barker fucking sucks, dude. That guy is the most overrated drummer, and he's mean, and he's not cool. Let's go with the Campbell Apartment. Whoa, wow, the Ghost Cat. I don't know, like that.
Paisley Park by Prince.
Oh, I can see that, Ari. I can definitely see that.
Nice.
Chris and Mark?
Beat on the Brat by the Ramones.
Yeah. Oh, I can definitely see that.
I'm still thinking. Keep going.
I love that song. Tyla.
I think I got it. I think Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz.
Oh.
Because it's such like an
with
upper,
you.
you know?
I
like that song a lot.
Absolutely. Everybody knows if there was one song that was written about your pal Steve Ward Moore, it's that song that goes, I'm a frog, I'm a working frog, I'm a hard working frog. Let's hear it for our guest tonight, everybody. This was great. Very good, take a shot. Wow, the Ghost Cat really is not enjoying that. Now, everybody, we have the Total Accord Agency with us right now. We have Equipto, we have Infinite Chi. White Crate is still in the building, but they might be in the museum right now for all I know. Are we all ready for what's about to happen? Because we're gonna get to witness a live performance from the Campbell Apartment. The Campbell Apartment, are you ready to go? Can we go?
Let's do this.
Let's fucking do this. Let's go.
5,000 weeks if you're lucky. That's not so bad, so let's not get jumpy. I'm pretty sure right now we're alive. There's 19 more days till 2025. 30,000 days is what we're told. The 30 days of this will be so. I measure time with Garbage Day Thursday. There's about 2,500 months in all. But baby, it's all just living the now. It's all that there really is to know. Only today, and then that moment is gone. Don't leave me alone, because I'm so tired of being alone. On the other hand, it's good to be on your own. Now the year's almost over, but those were different times.
3, 4, come on!
30,000 days if you're lucky. There's way too much to watch on the telly, and that's why I've been traveling lightly, baby. I try to smell the roses every day. So how much glitter when you get married? How many sheets of paper is many? I used to sell my thoughts for a penny, but it's a bit daft to believe in luck these days. So baby, it's on, let's have some fun, because we wasn't born to run. Only right now, then that moment is gone. This is a week, so I'm weak in the knees. Good thing I'm not a fan of numbers. Who's to say today is not the day? Singing in the water, there goes my daughter. I imagine being free from the hustle, never moving a muscle. Oh, the man, baby. Every day I'm hanging with my twins in my dreams. Here we go. I imagine playing piano every day, awesome and oil paint, this is how I pray. Never open a laptop again, making records with my friends. It's just a fantasy, but dreams come true. In my dreams, it's me and you. Operations go from station to station, and if you join, you get 2 weeks of vacation. If you don't, then you get your life right. Me and my girls are impossibly tight. In my dreams, we move to Scandinavia. To my antagonist, it's sayonara. My girls and I never have to say goodbye. In my dreams, we learn to fly. Love lost between me and corporations. What we really love's creative self-expression. In my dreams, we never have to say goodbye. When we're together, we're completely satisfied. So let's manifest the life that we need. 3 of us forever, just like we agreed. Bodhisattva is exactly what it seems in my dreams.
Okay, I need to.
Start my day at night again. Ambulance, a backward brain. In between is ambient. Ambulance that never came. Things will always be the same. Rolling backwards towards fate. On and on and on and on. No, 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 no. Was the night before the day. Everything could go away. No, 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 no. On and on and on and on. Happy
think breakfast, 10 at night, fade into the light. Ambulance is not a game when it's pouring great rain. Stealing backwards to work or play. Ambient. That night in Charlottesville and all the swills I did assume. Thank you very much. What a beautiful crowd. Just want to say we're playing at the Ivy Room on Wednesday, but here's the thing. We're playing at 6:30. And the old me that used to party would say, in the morning! But no, it's in the evening. And then there's a bunch of groups. Lee Hoffman's Elegant Trash. There's also a group that contains members of P-Funk. And so I thought, I better write a song called You Have the Right to Remain Funky for the show. But I'm about as funky as the Smiths. So, but the title is good and you can have it. Just, name check me. This is our hit song, Sand and Glue. It's what I do, building sand and glue. It's what I do, random and true. It's what I do, when in the mood. Magic, it's right here if you try to see it in a different set of eyes. Though there are no fish in these seas, up on the hill, no fisheries. And so I try my best to watch over you. It's what I do. From sand and glue, what I do, paint myself blue. Tragic that all the chatter is gone. So let's fudge it like it's a treat or a song. There'll be snow once we reach the top. Up on these hills, there's no one could ever stop. What I do, it is coming soon. It's what I do, building bricks from sand and glue. What I do, it is coming soon. If there's anybody out there, then they'll know what to do. Get into the groove. So I'll build it solid brick by brick from sand and glue. The construction's true. Solid stone we'll need it every day.
flowers that will fall along, long way, yeah. Yeah, it's what I do, yeah, it's what I do. It's what I do. It's what I, yeah. She's probably somebody's only light gonna shine tonight. Yeah, she's gotta be somebody's baby. Alright. It's what I, yeah. She's probably somebody's only light gonna shine tonight. Yeah, she's gotta be somebody's baby tonight. Thank you. I appreciate you. We got one more, or is that a sign saying you have none more? Is that
Good, good.
Okay.
All right.
This is called Tallulah Says. Tallulah says, room for cream. Do you wanna be seen? Sitting by the window, she loves my mix of Motown songs. Lula said she loves that disco. She's hard to get to know. Why I like her so? Tallulah said, you earn it or you burn it. Brown green eyes, fantasize. I come inside, that way I'll never earn it. Dirt's coming tonight. Tears are burning bright. Tallulah says, alright. I'll listen with intent till I can boogie to the end. Yeah!
Whoa!
Thanks, everybody.
The Campbell Apartment, thank you. Holy smokes, folks. That was an incredible performance by the Campbell Apartment. I cannot believe that you're here with us tonight. Look, if you enjoyed what you just saw here live on What's Poppin', you can witness the Campbell Apartment live and in person this Wednesday at Ivy Room. The Campbell Apartment, tell us about that show.
Woo! Well, every first and third Wednesday, Lee Austin Hoffman puts on a killer show called Bang the Bay at the Ivy Room. So we're going to be on that one. As Ari said, we're opening the show. It's a school night, so come on out, folks. Don't be afraid to come out. We're not going to keep you too late. We're on at 6:30. The show goes to about 10:30 or 11.
Yeah. I would say one thing I would add to that show. It's $10, 6, 7 bands.
Right.
And the room is full of the kind of musicians and creators and artists you want to hang out with. And it's basically a great networking opportunity as well as seeing some great musicians play.
Here, and I have to say, like the theme. Oh, Ari, go.
Oh, just we're playing June 21st at Hotel Utah right here in the city.
Absolutely.
Excited to go back there.
That's right. So I just do have to say, because the unintentional theme of tonight's show has been about community. All of our guests are building community. And I got to shout out Lee from Elegant Trash and Bang the Bay. That human is building community. And I'm so happy that the Campbell Apartment is part of that community. Your show at the Hotel Utah, is that booked by the one and only Handsome Hawk Valentine?
Handsome Hawk.
The very.
Yes. And I might add, the Campbell Apartment is playing with the Bond Stones.
Hell,
so it's going to be a hell of a show.
That is going to be
Utah, Saturday, June 21st.
You're going to be exhausted after that show, Mark.
Double header.
Look, just shout out because not Baron Von Husk is out there in the chat. Lost Puppy Forever is out there. We love Lost Puppy. Who else do we got? Hey, Nanu Sealove is still out there, loving it. And Lala is on YouTube. Welcome to the Complex here on YouTube. This is a new thing for us to be on YouTube. The Campbell Apartment, you fucking rule. Everybody follow The Campbell Apartment on Instagram. Go listen to their newest album, 510. I'm sure it's on all the streaming services, right?
Yeah. It's all the places.
Hell yeah. And go see them this Wednesday at Ivy Room for Bang the Bay. Thank you so much for being here. Look, everybody, that set was so sick that your pal Steve Wardmore needs a little break right now to calm myself down because, get ready, folks, the date book is up next. We are going to take a short little break. Let's hear it one more time for the Campbell Apartment. Thank you for being here. We'll be right back, folks. Stick around. You do not want to miss the date book.
BFF.FM, where the DJs are nice and the songs are good, and it's right in your neighborhood. So if you love music and you love friends, listen to BFF.FM.
Okay, Horde guitars, what they got? They got pickups, and they got these pickups. They got more pickups. Ooh, look at this pickup. Ooh, and they got this pickup, and then that pickup. Ooh, there's so many pickups. Oh, more pickups.
Octopuses have 3 hearts, just like stories have 3 parts. Oh, breath to the touch, I'm not up to much, I'm not up to much, up too much. What's going on? What you up to? I'm not up to much, but I gotta get it too. What's going on? I've been made low, haven't you? I'm not up to much, that's what I decided to. Said, look but don't touch,
I'm not up to much. Up too much. I'm not up to much. Up too much. Horsehead bread, better off dead. Hard stores in your head. 6 cow stomachs getting fed. What's going on? What you up to? I'm not up to much, but I think I'm gonna do. What's going on? I've been laying low, haven't you? I'm not up to much. That's what I've been going through.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all being here so much. I'm having so much fun listening to your music. Massive gratitude. Hey, check it out. Right next to me is the one and only Infinite Chi. We have Tyla, Leah, and Molly from Total Accord Agency, and we have Equipto with us. Look, Elliot and Ronnie had to leave, but they're busy, busy people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Getting out there. So right now, folks, we are going to do the date book, and we're going to get so excited because there is, as we talked about earlier, there is so much good stuff happening in the Yay area. We actually have a new correspondent that we are going to introduce to the show right now. I would like everybody to put their hands together for our new friend. Meredith is going to join us. Welcome, Meredith. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, shout out your, how can we follow you and find out the cool stuff that you're doing, Meredith?
So my page is Meet Us at a Spot on Instagram. That's, eventually I would like to make it something else, but for right now, that's where you can find me.
Hell yeah. And you know what, like Elliot and Ronnie were talking about earlier, they met going to shows. Meredith is out there going to shows, making cool content. And thank you for being here to help us with What's Poppin'.
I'm such a fan, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna pass out everybody's noisemakers because we're getting hyped. This is the special one. This is the Zoob tube. You can either shake it or you can finger it. It's up to you. So you can choose the Zoob tube. We also have tambourines. Was that weird for me to say? I don't know. That was
a little bit.
Okay, apologies.
No.
And then
We've heard words.
Meredith, I'm gonna give you. Oh, you got the jingle bells. Does anyone want a triangle?
What's the maraca?
I'll take a triangle.
Okay.
Right here.
Oh my gosh,
Right here.
yeah.
Here.
Give Molly the triangle.
Let's get the triangle over there. There you go. All right, are we ready to get fucking hyped up for all of this? Because Tuesday, actually, interestingly enough, Total Accord Agency presents at the Stork Club Dick Stuso, Joe Past, and Marika Christine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How good is this going to be? It's at 8 o'clock and it's $13. Shout out Total
Marika.
Accord. Yes. Now, look, I love our music community here in the Bay Area, and there's a really cool band who has a very special message for us. Curling is about to give us a special message.
What's poppin', Steve? This is Bernie from Curling, and I'm here with Penny. We're going to be playing at Bottom of the Hill next Tuesday, May 20th. Show starts at 8 p.m. It's $13, and we're playing with Kilroy Rogers and our friends Colonel Macabre from down in San Jose, and I can't wait to see you all there.
Oh, thank you, Curling. That's going to be such a good show. And that dog was adorable. It is Wednesday, the 21st of May. Chi, what's poppin'?
Yeah, Wednesday, May 21st, we've got one of the funniest rappers in the Bay Area's hip-hop scene, Pigeon John. Actually, he's from LA, anyways, he'll be there with AWOL1, Luke Sick, DJ Quest, Andrew Kushin. Brycon is going to be doing a DJ set. That's at Neck of the Woods, 8 p.m., $19.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, check it out. We were talking with Equipto about like going to jazz clubs and stuff like that. There's a cool jazz club in San Francisco called Black Cat, right?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
we all know about Black Cat? It's a fucking great place. And on Wednesday, they've got Viotis performing with Coexist.
right? The doors are at 6 p.m. It's between $25 and $55. This is going to be such a cool show. Get to Black Cat. Also, at the Independent, which has a great sound system, great sized room, we have Priya Ragu. This is 8 o'clock for $25, and Priya's really coming up, so get out there. Shout it out. Hell yeah. But if you can't go out and you want to stay home and watch an incredible live stream program, our friend Jacob Schmidt of Talkin' Schmidt is hosting our new show, Talkin' Schmidt, right here on the Complex SF Twitch channel and on YouTube and on Instagram. Jacob is going to be hosting Tabby's Dream. This is for free, and you can watch it from the comfort of your own home or your car when you're driving on the 580. So why not do that, huh? It's dangerous out there. Look, they like that. Thank you. Look, I have my big first select choice of the week, so it's going to get the... Because the Campbell Apartment is playing at Ivy Room as part of Bang the Bay, presented by Lee from Elegant Trash. The Campbell Apartment is playing with God's Weapon, D-Funk All-Stars, which are former members of Parliament Funkadelic, which is wild. Also, Blunt Force Karma, great name, and Raised by Rats. Once again, reminds me of my childhood. Look, the Campbell Apartment, why should we go to the show?
Because it's going to be fun-filled and exciting and a great community to go and
to all the guests out there that have associations and dealings with the Stork Club and El Rio, Lost Church, Great American.
Blunt Force Karma sounds the way you expect, but mix that up with God's Weapon, which is melodic, hardcore, and also I think members of P-Funk play in that band. So it's going to be like a very P-Funky band with D-Funk All-Stars, God's Weapon in this sort of metal zone, Blunt Force Karma, and then the sort of pop zone that you heard us spray all over the walls here.
Hell yeah, it's going to be a super fun and loud night at Ivy Room. Get out there, folks. Thank you, the Campbell Apartment. It's Thursday, and sometimes I worry that there's no hip-hop in the Yay area on a Thursday. Chi?
Yeah, on Thursday we got a couple options for you. One of them is the latest partnership in the Check the Rhyme community, the Indie Experience, brought to you by the Rich City Studios. This event's called After Work Hours. It's at 7th West in Oakland. It's going to be networking and placement for music. 6 p.m. It's free if you want to attend that one. Also, we've got Reverb, Echoes in Motion, Stories on Stage. The Bay Area's Creative is putting it on. And we got Honeygold Jasmine, Katana Pop, Camilla Aguilar, the turf dancer known as Dopey Fresh. And that's at 5:30 at the Continental Club in Oakland, $17.85.
Whoa.
Nice.
Let's go. Let's get out there. I love it. Now, look, it is, Devil's Food Cake Day. Does anyone didn't get any? Does anyone want any? There's forks, all that kind of stuff. And it's only appropriate on Devil's Food Cake Day that I talk about a show on Thursday with Total Hell. They're playing with The Losers and The Circulators. And you know what? The Losers just opened up for Jack White at Masonic. And then the band is also in The Circulators. They came and played Kilowatt that same night. So fucking cool. I was at the show at Kilowatt. This is a Jimmy Mabare kind of night. At the Knockout, 9 p.m., $10. Let's go. And Meredith, can I ask you to do this one for us right here?
The Fake Your Own Death one?
Yeah.
All right. So we have Fake Your Own Death, Toothache, Silent Pictures, and Niles Lannon at Kilowatt, my favorite place.
Oh, nice.
At 8 o'clock, that's going to be $15.
What a deal. What a deal. Also, if you want to do something a little bit earlier on Thursday, Music City Entertainment presents Soma Nights. It's a night market on Folsom Street between 6th and 12th Streets. This night is hosted by Broke-Ass Stewart. Broke-Ass Stewart, come on the show.
Yeah.
It's featuring Baycoin Beats, Bayonics, Grupo Tribulacion, Joseph Anthony Canas, and more. It's from 5 to 9 p.m., and it's my favorite price. Free! Now, I got a big shout out. This is my next one.
Because what's happening on Thursday? What's happening right there?
What's happening on Thursday is we have the Total Accord and White Crate presents a celebration of Bay Area music kickoff party at El Rio. And this is a free show as well. And Anna Hilberg, Al Harper, and Josiah Flores will be doing some DJ sets. And that's on the patio from 6 to 8, and that is a free show again. And donations welcome at the door, of course, but no one turned away for lack of funds. And then at night, we have a night show if you want to stick around for the whole experience. We've got at the night show, Swiss is headlining. Bowl Peace, which is from Portland by way of San Francisco. Davia Shondell and Rip Florence.
Yeah.
So stack lineup for that night show. It's $15 suggested, of course. So that's kind of like our kickoff show for the whole festival. So
I'm so stoked about that. And Davia and Rip are friends of the complex. This is going to be
amazing.
such a good kickoff show for the celebration of Bay Area music. Thank you so much, Tyla, for that. Friday night, the 23rd of May. Chi, well, what's poppin'?
On Friday the 23rd, we've got Guapale playing Yoshi's at Oakland. 2 shows in one night, 8 p.m. or 10 o'clock. $84.10 for either one of those. If you are balling on a budget, though, on May 23rd, you could go see Ghost Alive, Hoodwink, Millions, and Fogwell at the Saga's listening party. They're all going to be doing live performances, though, at Question Mark Bar in San Francisco, free before 8 o'clock or $10 after.
What a wild time. Now, there's an artist called Ghost Alive. What's an alive ghost? Anyone have anything to say?
Meow. A live ghost.
A male.
Ghost cat like that,
Ghost
Meredith.
cat.
Okay, thank you, Meredith. Will you do this for us right there?
Okay, we have Pancho Morris, and this is going to be an album release with Skyway Man, Michaela McVeigh, and Rebecca Marseilles at the Stork Club, which, by the way, I just went there for the first time. Amazing. It's going to be at 8 o'clock, and it will be $15.
Woo! Thank you. Look, this is so sick because also I just learned about a venue that I haven't heard about in Oakland. It is called Space Lounge. Has anyone heard of Space Lounge in Oakland? On Friday, they're doing what is billed as a surreal sci-fi immersion event. And we're going to get music from Obscuria, Jealousy, Stinging Nettle, The Shooting Losers, Burnett, and Disrobed Angel. This is at 8 o'clock for $18. I want to go check out Space Lounge Oakland because it sounds like they're doing cool stuff over there. Absolutely. Also, we love Hot Goth Girlfriend Presents. Who knows Hot Goth Girlfriend? They are doing such cool stuff in the Bay, and they are presenting Disexual, great band name, with Ronnie Stone, Pink Stiletto, and Joyfriend at Rickshaw Stop, 9 p.m., $20. My love life is
Disexual.
like disexual, yeah. So, anyways, I've got another big select choice. Because on Friday, Leah, do you want to tell us about what's happening on Friday?
Friday, we have got the Breathing Room, Space Space, Outer Sunset, and DJ Nobi at Kilowatt at 8 o'clock. Tickets are $19.06. Don't forget the 6. Don't forget the 6.
I love this. It's going to be so good. And 1906 is the year of the Great San Francisco earthquake.
Yeah.
And that show is going to be like a metaphorical earthquake.
Yes.
It is going to be so good. Thank you so much. Get out there for the celebration of Bay Area music. But you know what? We still got stuff to do because it's Saturday. Chi, what's poppin'?
Well, it seems like we can't get enough Guapale because on Saturday, May 24th, you've got 2 more chances to catch her at the Yoshi's in Oakland, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, $84.10. Also on Saturday, we've got another edition of the Indie Experience presented by Rich City Studios. That's a networking and advice from industry power players as well as music placement event, 6 p.m. at Music City in San Francisco, $19.98. And we've got something special from White Crate that I think they can tell us about. That's
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
we'll
my
get
picks
there.
of
We'll
the
get
week.
there. Yeah, we'll get there. Thank you for that, She. It's going to be popping out there. Hey, our new correspondent Meredith has something to share with us on Friday, or Saturday, the 24th of May.
I do. Okay. So this is going to be I have to pull out my notes. Sorry, guys. Carnival San Francisco. It's if you want to dance and have a good time under the sun and just let yourself be free. It's free, by the way. It's going to be in the Mission District. It's going to be for 2 days, and there's going to be a whole bunch of different types of artists and music. There's going to be Caribbean music, and there's going to be 50 food vendors, and then just there's a list, but you can definitely look up the info on their Instagram, which is going to be Carnival San Francisco. Sorry,
Hell
I can't
yeah.
talk. It's a frog venom or
Hell
whatever it
yeah.
was.
The San Francisco Carnival is an event you do not want to miss. Thank you, Meredith. Look, we talked about Handsome Hawk Valentine, the most handsome man in rock and roll. Handsome Hawk is presenting at the Hotel Utah. Can't.
Yeah.
No fucking good. Fire Drill and Butchered Hens. You know? Look, that's great. 8 o'clock, $15.
Handsome Hawk Valentine just had a birthday party, by the way.
Oh,
He just had
shit.
a milestone birthday, so wish him all happy birthday.
Handsome Hawk Valentine just turned 29, I heard. I am an omnivore. Is anyone here vegetarian or vegan?
No.
Okay. So how do we all feel about the name Butchered Hens? I think
Striking.
it's fucking great. Yeah, it's fucking great. Okay, look, check it out, because also our friend Casey Turner is presenting at Hot Monk Novato, one of the coolest Bay Area bands. More Heroes, fantastic. Negrito is playing with Anna Moss at Hot Monk Novato.
Nice.
Doors are at 4 p.m. and it costs between $45 and $70 if you want supper with the show.
Nice.
Cool. And also, this is something cool that I want to shout out, because the UC Theater in Berkeley has a program called Concert Career Pathways. They are presenting Young Gatita with Stanton, Hazy Portraits, and Doghouse. This is at the Starry Plow, 7 p.m., and it's $25. They're doing good things, teaching the young folks how to make a career in music. Okay. I need to learn how to do that myself, too. Now, look, we got the next big shout out. Molly, are you ready for this? Because this is a big one. This is a really
Yeah, that's
big
a
one,
big
because there are
doozy.
two shows there right at the top.
We have 2 shows at the Great American Music Hall on Saturday, May 24th, with White Crate. At 2 p.m., we have Mild Universe, Sea Blight, System Exclusive, Grublin, Luke Sweeney, Hugo De La Lune, Isabel Walker, and some DJs. And that's the day show. We also have a night show at 8 o'clock with Family Not a Group, Aroma, who we just saw a performance from earlier. Casey Cope, Miss Hits, Dion Brown, and DJ Wani. It's $20 advance and $22 at the door.
This is going to be such a sick show. Congratulations to Total Accord Agency and White Crate, because that show at the Great American all day long, right? Like,
day.
it's going to be so wild. I'm going to be exhausted after this. I might have to crash on one of your couches.
Telling me.
Oh, wait. Very, very true. Boy, and you know what? After that show, I'm still going to go out on Sunday, because
Great.
she's got something for me on Sunday the 25th.
Yeah, on Sunday, we've got a whole plethora of hip hop. We've got the Bay Area Maker Farm, their New Moon Cypher, Jam, and Potluck. That's at the Maker Farm in Alameda. Amazing spot. Starts at 2 o'clock, there's going to be a place for graffiti artists to decorate the walls there, DJs, the whole cypher, an amazing event to check out. Then in the evening, you can head to the NB Ridas at the Brentwood Emporium, 6 o'clock, $44.52. Or you can stay in or watch from anywhere because we've got the return of Freestyle Flow Fest right here on the Complex SF. We've got returning MCs like Coley, MC Ray 3, B Nasty, Eli Fowler, and he's bringing a friend with him for his debut called Knack 1. We got Syzygy on beats and a whole lot more, so make sure that you tune in on that 7 o'clock right here, twitch.tv/thecomplexsf.
Freestyle Flow Fest is super creative. It's super fun. And Chi, right over here, it comes from his warped mind.
Yeah.
But now that you did that frog poison, I think it's going to be even more wild.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Look, we got Easy to Be Nasty out there in the chat. We also got Strange Ones out there. Thank you for being here. It's Sunday the 25th. Meredith, what do you got for us?
So if you like to day party, we have the iconic R&B and Ribs day party at the rooftop at SVN West, and I have been there before. It's a great place to dance and throw some bouteille.
Hell yeah.
That's great.
That is a cool spot on that rooftop. Thank you, Meredith. Look, it's popping off at the Kilowatt again on a Sunday. The Kilowatt does like how many shows a week? Like seriously. But they've got Maggie Gently, who we love, Nice World's record release, and Joy. G-O-I, Joy. This is at 8 o'clock and it's $15.66, which if you added one more 6 onto that price, you would have the devil's food. Now, look, also, I got to shout this out because Neck of the Woods. We talked about Neck of the Woods earlier, didn't we? And RNRG and City Shock present Dry Socket, Planet on a Chain, Zhu, and one of my favorite band names of all time, Cock Ring. They're playing at 8 o'clock and it's $20, dude. The last cock ring I bought was more than that. But anyways, let's move on. Okay, I tried. But, I told y'all that I told y'all I was a dipshit before the show. So. But we got a big shout out on Sunday because Total Accord Agency and White Crate presents.
Yes, on Sunday we have the closing show of our festival at Rickshaw Stop. Doors are at 7, shows at 8. We've got Pena headlining, The Amazing Mint, UFO Baby, Bloomy June, closing out our whole celebration. And it's $12 advance, $15 at the door, I believe.
What?
So, you know, it's a steal.
That is a steal.
Wrapping up the celebration with more local music.
Yep.
It's going to be an absolutely amazing weekend that you all have put together. I am super grateful for it. I am going to go to as many of those shows as I can.
Amazing.
But 6 shows in 4 days, yeah.
There's something
And
for you.
all of you need to do some self-care the week after.
Oh, yeah.
Like, seriously.
It's true. We've got some things lined up.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you do. Now, look, that was Sunday. The exciting news is that we have a whole other week of shows to do.
Wow.
But we have a policy here on What's Poppin' that if 2 of our guests can step up to our video game arcade machine over there and beat the legendary video game Pit Fighter, then we will not do the second week of shows. So I'm going to lay this out for you. This is not a game where the 2 of you are going to fight each other. You are going to work in tandem to defeat the executioners. So can I nominate Equipto to step up? Who's the best video game players in the house? Who plays video games?
Not.
Haven't in years.
Equipto, I'm going to nominate you.
For what? Play video game?
Leah, I'm going to nominate you since no one else is stepping up. I'm sorry. You wanted to be here on the show, so let's step up over there. George is going to help you set this up. Yeah.
Okay.
Equipto
Leah's
and
got
Leah.
the fight in her.
Now remember, you are going to work together to beat the executioners. So red joystick is red pants, blue joystick is blue pants, and this is going to be very, very exciting.
Okay.
Look, it is Twitch, so we need to bring some video game content into this. George is going to get this set up here now for everybody, and he's going to help our 2 brave contestants, Equipto and Leah from Total Accord Agency. And if we get rid of the, if we can switch that, yeah, there we go. Thank you, Alana, so much. Now work together to beat the shit out of the executioners. You know, this is doing very well. One of the executioners is down, and two of the executioners are down. Now keep going. You've got it. You've got it, you two. Equipto and Leah are two of the finest competitors I've ever seen here, live on Twitch. At What's Poppin' at the Complex. This is absolutely unlike anything I've ever seen. Oh, gee, can you believe that this is happening?
Wow.
They're teaming up on you. Can you believe this is actually happening? We might have a chance.
Those are Cheese high school friends in the background. Don't mess with them.
We tried.
Let's hear it for Equipto and Leah.
We tried.
Let's hear it. That was truly impressive. Honestly, so yeah, if you two want to take your seats back here, that was truly impressive. What I did not tell you before you played is that that game is generally considered the most difficult fighting game that was ever created, and it's unbeatable. You
set us up to fail.
You two lasted, but you two lasted longer than anybody has ever lasted on the show. So, Equipto was talking about patting yourself on the back earlier.
There we go.
There we go. Thank you. So the bad news is that you two lost. But the good news is that we get to do another week of show. Okay, so are we ready? Because it's Monday, the 26th of May, and we're back at Kilowatt, and Hoover I is playing with Rich Ruth, 7 p.m., $24.72. Get out there to see Kilowatt. Hell yeah, folks. It's Tuesday, and I like the knockout. I was just there a few nights ago. And Sam Books Friends presents telenovela from Texas, Bromf, Kyle Glenn, and Zeke Ketchum, 7 p.m., and it's $12. And check this out, we're going back to the Stork Club on Tuesday because, you know, a name that I've been called when I was bullied, Fat Savage is playing with Evil Tree and Hellenistic. It's at 8 o'clock, and it's $15. But I do want to talk about it because the booking agents at venues are so important, and the Stork Club is consistently good. El Rio is consistently good. The Chapel is consistently good.
Yeah.
You don't work with the Chapel anymore, or?
I don't book there anymore as a booker.
Okay.
But I book artists there as an agent. Full circle.
Here we go. Thank you. Would you like to present this for us? Because these are some special friends of the complex right there.
I would be glad to. We have Honey Revenge with Wolf, Bear, Vanna, and Nightlife at the Cornerstone. Oh, whoa. Sorry, I haven't even eaten that cake yet. Okay, the Cornerstone Berkeley at 8 o'clock, and that will be $26.
Hell yeah. You can take a bite of that. There were some forks around here, but speaking of the devil's food cake, you guys, is everyone ready for this? I'm not ready for that. It's so much Satan. Okay, look, Chi, it's Wednesday, the 28th of May. What is poppin'?
On Wednesday, May 28th, you can head to Berkeley for the Flow Lounge at Cali Sports Bar. I love this because it gives local artists a chance to win $200 for the best written rap versus. It's hosted by Doodat with Coffrey J and DJ Lex Level.
Woo! Hell yeah. And look, check this out. We were talking about Notion Beach earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
And Notion Beach is performing with Beefsteak. What the hell? That's great. And also Raina Yasmin at the Knockout at 8 o'clock for $10. God damn. And we learned earlier that everyone here is a omnivore, so why not eat a beefsteak once in a while? Also, we talked about the Ivy Room earlier because they're playing there, but at the Ivy Room on Wednesday, Ash Powell is playing with Haunted Like a Human, Robbie D and the EFGs. Doors are at 7 p.m. It's $12.
Love it.
Yeah. I need to ask all of the artists and agents in the room, what is too much to pay for a show?
outside lands.
Equipto's got something to say.
No, it depends, I guess.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
I think it depends. If it's a local show versus like a touring act, I think it definitely changes things.
Okay.
Yeah. You want it to be accessible to local people as much as
Okay.
possible.
Yeah.
But touring acts, you want to make it worth their while. So you gotta
Costs a lot
find the
to
balance.
tour.
Yeah.
It costs a lot to tour.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost a lot of money on tour. I guess what I'm really getting at here is how much would you pay to see me do this live on stage? Okay, you don't have to answer that.
Sliding scale.
You know, there's that whole
Donation
no one
based.
turned away for lack of funds.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's more like I get turned away. Anyways. Anyways, hey, look, I'm a big fan of this local band. Speaking of local bands, the Hot Takes. And I'm pretty sure the Hot Takes have a special message for us right now.
Hey, yo! What's poppin', Steve? We are the Hot Takes, and we have a show coming up on Wednesday, May 28th at Bottom of the Hill.
Doors are at 8, shows at 8:30. We're opening for Fencer and the Toxhards.
How cool is that, the Toxhards? I mean,
God,
come on now.
Absolutely incredible.
We'll be on at 8:30 sharp, Wednesday, May 28th.
We'll see you there.
What's poppin', baby?
Honestly, big round of applause for the Hot Takes. That is super cool. And you know what? They just released a new single, and they wrote an earworm. Like, for real. I know my accent's weird because I have immigrant parents, but an earworm. Worm? Anyways, it's a fucking earworm, and you need to listen to their new single. Thank you to the Hot Takes. I'm going to take more of your time and ask you, how do you say worm? Big worm?
Worm?
Worm.
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 Like
Worm.
the insect, like
Worm.
the.
I'm talking about the
Worm?
earth.
Earthworm. Worm.
Worm.
I'm still learning, folks.
Warm.
Oh, now it sounds weird.
Thank you, everybody.
Warm.
See, there's wisdom everywhere. Oh my God, this devil's food cake is growing.
The more you say the sound, it just turns into oblivion. It just goes away. And then it's just like your mouth is doing something and there's a sound and it's completely disconnected and it's a beautiful feeling right there.
Earworm is a catchy song. Earwarm is somebody thinking about you. And your ears are burning.
Oh, that's exactly what my therapist told me about my trauma healing. Now, look, it's Thursday. Chi, what's popping on the 29th?
Well, on May 29th, Kendrick Lamar and SZA are coming to town, but if you can afford those tickets, you're probably a billionaire. So for everyone else, we've got an event for the people. It's called Cozy Thrive at 5. It's at Thrive City, right by the Warriors Stadium. It's completely free and features Nate Riots and XGZ, 5 o'clock.
What does it cost?
Free!
Hell yeah. Speaking of free, on Thursday at Kilowatt, we have The Fell Swoop, Michael, Motorcycle, Love and Havoc, and Lucy Broom, 7 p.m., and it's my favorite price, free! Meredith, will you help us out with that one right there?
Of course. We have King Dream. That's going to be an album release with... Oof. This seems so simple. Suzanimal?
Suzanimal.
Oh, I got it right. Okay, and Cave Clove. Bottom of the Hill, 8 o'clock. That will be $15.
Hell yeah, get out there. These animal fucking rules. Can I ask for an assist over here, too? Who would like to read this one at the bottom? Because this is cool. We love this band here at the bottom.
All right. Oh, yes. Great. Late show. Christina's Trip, Polka Dot, friends of ours. Myriads, also amazing. And Spa, The Knockout, 9 p.m., $10.
Hell
That's an awesome
yeah.
show.
That's an awesome show. And that is the late show that night at The Knockout. But the early show that night is the best band name in the Bay Area because George Jr. and the 911s are playing with Critic Dummies and VVM, 6 p.m., $10. This is going to be a wild night out there.
Love that guy.
They are getting wild, yeah. Yeah, that guy does cool stuff at the Peacock Lounge, too, don't they?
Yeah.
Hey, check it. It's Friday. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Chi, what's popping on the 30th?
On Friday, May 30th, at one of the best venues for supporting Bay Area hip-hop artists, Red Heron Studios in Oakland, we've got Scando the Dark Lord, and from Family Not a Group, Afterthought. They'll be playing at 7:30. Tickets are $20.
Hell yeah. I love it. Hey, look, I think we all have some mutual friends in common because we all know Big Leap Collective.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and Ellie and Brianna from Big Leap Collective are with us right now.
Greetings. Hello. Earthlings. Complex. I'm Ellie from hashtag Big Leap Collective. I'm Brianna from hashtag Big Leap Collective. And we're hashtag gonna read you some shows. Last show in May, last Big Leap show, May 30th, 2025. It's the You Believe in Ghosts Mac Gross album release show with Persephone, Tabby's Dream, perhaps the solo set at Neck of the Woods. All ages. All ages. And it's 12 in advance, 15 at the door. This one's super special. Mac used to be a student of mine at the Rock Project, and they're putting out their first album. Also shout out Rock Project, which is dope. So come and support amazing youth artists and budding artists. It's gonna be great. Good old Vandal time. Fairly well.
Let's hear it for Big Leap Collective. Thank you, Ellie and Brianna, doing so much cool stuff out there in the Bay Area. Look, also, El Rio. El Rio?
Look at that.
El Rio.
Yeah.
Check it out, because El Rio is having the Moon Drops. Yes. Bad Vril.
Mm-hmm.
The band Misses. And a DJ set from Stiff, 9 p.m., $15.
Yes.
Yes.
Great show.
Did I pronounce that band name right? MRS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Look at this. Check it out, too, because this is very cool. I just learned about a local band called Black Bibles. They're playing with Future Kill, X Air, and Murder at Kilowatt at 8 o'clock for $10. What the heck is up with all of these murder and kill names that are happening tonight? The whole list has had a bunch of them, but I love it because it is devil's food. Okay, watch your teeth, folks. Also, I have a big shout out, okay? Can we get super hyped for this? Because friend of the show, the Sam Chase and the Untraditional are playing Ivy Room in Albany with the Live Oaks at 8 o'clock for $18. We were talking about prices earlier, and to see the Live Oaks with the Sam Chase and the Untraditional for $18, you said steal earlier? It's a fucking steal. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, I think Meredith might be a big fan of this show right here.
Oh my gosh. So this is going to be at 10:15 Folsom with my boyfriend that doesn't know it yet, Dylan Francis, Cat Lou, and Off the Record, and Chameleonaire. Is this the Writing Dirty Chameleonaire?
No, this is not. No,
Just
this
kidding.
Is a local DJ, yeah.
Okay. That will be at 10 p.m. and the tickets are $55.
Hell yeah. And you know what? Even though it's not that Chameleonaire, you're going to catch me out there riding dirty at 10:15. These folks don't know it, George, but I get out there to the club. I may not look like it, but I do. Wait, I probably do look like it. I've never done cocaine in my life, and I'm ready to.
It's 2025.
It's about time. Like, this is for real. I've never done it, and I'm ready to.
Oh, my God.
Snowy air.
The first time it snowed in San Francisco. Look, Chi, what's popping on Saturday, the 31st of May?
On Saturday, May 31st, head to San Jose for South First Street's Night Market in the Sofa District. It's the San Jose Cultural Night Market. It goes from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. I don't know what time they're going to be on, but you're going to want to be there the whole time because you don't want to miss the Barbaros. They're going to be performing live at that night.
We love Barbaros. Barbaros is sick. Total Accord needs to check out Barbaros, for real, for real. Saturday, the 31st of May, Meredith, what's poppin'?
Yes, we have my Strange Guys, the Strange Ones with Pinfall, 0001 Music, and then the BPMs. This is going to be at Winter's Tavern, and it's going to be free. And I'm still waiting for my Hot to Go cover.
Hell of a lineup right there.
That is a hell of a lineup. Yeah, the Strange Ones were just on Talking Schmidt. Also, as an aside, Pinfall's an interesting band name. Some years ago, I was booked for a festival in Boise, Idaho, but I didn't know that I was going to be playing a coffee shop. My music is very loud and weird, and I could hear a pinfall in that coffee shop while I was playing. Now, check it out. We're going to Brick and Mortar on Saturday. Does everyone know what Metalachi is?
Yeah.
Yeah, the metal mariachi band is playing Brick and Mortar. It starts at 10 p.m. and it's $30. That's a good deal for Metalachi.
That's awesome.
Get out there.
Also, there's this really cool space in San Francisco called the New Farm, and they are doing their Fund Fest on Saturday the 31st. It's a big day to raise funds for them. It's featuring 10 bands, including Bite, Bunkerman, Emojis on Ecstasy, the Gene Genies, Shotwell, Swindlefish, Connie Champagne, and the Sparkling Winettes, and more. It's from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. And I don't know, you're going to have to check the website to see how much it costs, or just donate as much as you can. $5, $10, $20, $1,000. Donate to the New Farm.
Yeah. Great venue, great place. It's an adventure every time you go there.
Absolutely. The Campbell apartment knows. Now, we were talking about some RIPs earlier. Ari shouted out some, our friend Equipto did. And unfortunately, we have to RIP one of the coolest Bay Area bands because Surprise Privilege is playing their last show ever. This is at Golden Kitchen Restaurant on O'Farrell Street. This is presented by Feege Fee. They're playing with POS, 9/11, Stimulant, and our favorite, The Losers. 7 p.m. for $15. Surprise Privilege is that band that did the BART train punk show. Does everyone know about that?
Oh, yeah.
It's their last show ever. It's going to be their 199th show.
Wow.
Look, Surprise Privilege, I'm surprised, but it was a privilege to have you in the Bay Area. Thank you. It is Sunday, the 1st of June. Equipto, what's popping on Sunday?
Sunday, the 1st of June, at the Roxy Theater in San Francisco, which is on 16th in Valencia. The Borstiff documentary will be making its premiere, 1 p.m. showing. So it's sold out, fortunately, but unfortunately. So, but yeah.
I've got a question for you about that. Where's the after party? What's happening after? What's popping afterwards?
There's going to be something like a Q&A afterwards, actually around the corner at the Black and Brown Social Club. So
Hell
yeah. There'll be a Q&A.
When is the Oakland one?
Stuff like that.
And you can catch a second showing of that documentary.
June 8th.
And also, I want to see that shit on Netflix and fucking Apple TV.
Whatever.
And
Hulu.
Hulu and all of it. Equipto, that's going to be so sick. But since that's sold out, Chi, what's popping on Sunday the 1st?
Yeah, we've got a big hip hop event on Sunday, June 1st. La Russell, Richie Rich, RBL Posse, Be Legit, Mac Mall, and more are playing the Midway for an event called Nothing But 90s Block Party. It's at 2 p.m. Right now, they still have early tickets for $75, and then it goes up to $100. So get that and get all these Bay Area legends.
Damn. Dude, Be Legit in the Clips was part of my hip-hop education. Like, seriously, wow. Thank you for that.
Hurricane.
Yes. Yeah, I still listen to that. It's on every playlist I've ever made. Now, look, check it out. Because Bottom of the Hill, super fucking cool. We've got Detroit Cobras. They're playing with Sutros and the Ifik at 8 o'clock for $23. What a deal. And, I talk about my own journey with therapy and trauma healing. You all don't know me. These guys know what I've been through. But sometimes life can be vague. But you know what's not vague? The Knockout, because they have Vague Lanes, Venetian Veil, Unwoman, and DJ Goblin playing at 5 p.m. for $10. What a deal, what a steal. Head out there. And look, folks, it is Monday the 2nd of June, and what are you going to do? You're going to tune in to What's Poppin' live at the Complex, because we are back on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Instagram Live. We are going to be celebrating National Rotisserie Chicken Day, and I am going to eat an entire rotisserie chicken live on the stream. We're also celebrating National First Ladies Day, which shout out all the First Ladies, except for maybe one that I can think of right now. But, she's been tortured. So anyways, come back for What's Poppin' on June the 2nd. Look. Okay, folks, we did it. We did it. Give yourselves a round of applause. As Equipto said, pat yourself on the back. Right now, I am filled up to here with gratitude.
and I need to express that gratitude. And first and foremost, I must thank Satan for showing me a new way to live.
Oh.
Oh
Wow, but that chef's hat, damn, that cake is good, dude. I said it earlier. If that is a sin, then count me in. If this is a one-way ticket to hell, then I'm gonna ring that bell. Okay, now also, let's thank all of our guests. Total Accord Agency, Tyla, Leah, and Molly are here. Hang out with you in the future?
Well, we have a website, totalaccordagency.com, which is always up to date with what we're announcing, has links to all the agents, their rosters, if you're interested in looking at the artists we're representing, or if you want to apply yourself, there's links on our website so you can apply to be a part of Total Accord. If you want to work at Total Accord, we also have intake forms on our website too to get involved. And then we have Total Accord on Gmail, or Gmail, IG. See where my brain is? Always in Gmail mode. We have Facebook, and that's about it. And then we flyer, so you'll see our posters around town, see us at shows, come talk to us.
Hell
Usual.
yeah. And then we have 2 reps here. Do you want to shout out your own personal stuff that you do? Can we follow you, or is that more for the private side? I'm not putting you on the spot.
You can follow me if you want to.
Let's hear it. Yeah. How do we follow you? Leah?
It's Cleopatra on Instagram. CALLEAPATRA.
I'm going to follow you within the next 72 hours. That is a
I'm
guarantee.
gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
I am at Dustwoman on Instagram, and you might see me running around Stern Grove Festival this summer.
Hell yeah, which is a great lineup. I will also follow you within the next 72 hours. The one and only Equipto is with us. Equipto, how do we find out what you're doing, and how do we find out about this incredible documentary?
Instagram, I guess, Equipto_415. That's pretty much, other things or whatever. I just rant and talk about, I'm angry at the world, so you don't want to follow me on that. But Instagram is pretty much my, promotional for my arts and stuff like that. And the documentary, like I said, we're just in the works. We're learning. So hopefully we get on a few of these festivals, and go overseas with it. Hopefully.
And when is it at the New Parish in Oakland?
No, not New Parkway, June 8th,
June
on
8th.
Sunday.
Oakland.
Yeah. Now, Equipto is a DIY legend, and thank you so much for being here. Infinite Chi, how can we find out about Check the Rhyme and all the cool things you're doing?
Yeah, head to Instagram, go to @check_DA_rhyme. Hit the link in the bio to join the interactive community where we take the power back. No algorithms, no ads, just connection. And that's where we're going to have another show on Sunday. So tune in to that because it's going to be amazing.
Happy International Chi Day to Infinite Chi. Meredith, how can we follow you and find out all the cool things that you're doing?
IG at Meet Us at the Spot with 1 T. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Follow me.
Check out all the cool things that Meredith is doing.
Hire
The
me.
Campbell Apartment, how do we follow you and find out all the cool stuff that you're doing?
At thecampbellapartment.com on all the socials.
Hell yeah, and look, I am just the human that is on camera. It takes an entire team and community to make this show happen. So I gotta shout out first and foremost, doing all of the work upstairs, our goth goddess of San Francisco, Alana Talbert. Let's hear it for Alana. Unbelievable. We have the one and only George S. Rosenthal, the producer and the technical director and the human that built this space. Thank you, George. Hey, running sound tonight, making all of us sound so much better. Upstairs is Evan Wardell. Evan, so happy to have you as part of the team. On the chat tonight, if you've been in the chat, we've got Kate who cuts hair. So go get your hair cut from Kate, and also thank you, Kate, for being in the chat with us tonight. Also, Kirsch Kirschner is upstairs, and Kirsch, we are so happy to have you as a part of the team. And the one and only, my main man, Dan Mulvey is back here behind the camera. I love you, Dan. And now, most importantly, to all of you out there who have joined us on the What's Poppin' at the Complex journey, all of you who stick with us through this whole show, who follow us on Instagram, who roast me in the chat, we love all of you. Look, folks, we are coming back on Monday, the 2nd of June. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause, especially you out there watching on YouTube and Twitch and Instagram. And right now, folks, are we ready? Because we're going to get one more song from the Campbell Apartment. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Let's go.
Here's a story of love and glory. It lines up like my brother told me. For us to take, for us to make no mistakes. So here we are, it's a celebration. Racing cars at railway station. There's nothing worse than a break in the action tonight. And in your ears is a ringing church bell. Deep breathing but a lack of smell. When it gets dark, we recognize time's gone by. Alone in the bar. This is not who we are. This is not who we're meant to be. The scene is to be free. My many obsessions, a life of contusions, looking for sanity. 'Cause love is the remedy. Alone in the bar. Alone to the guitar, a track with no ending. There's no pretending. Burials domino, a sonic fall. Clean up all the messes, sick of it all. When push comes to shove, let's talk about love. 'Cause love is the key of life. It cuts like a knife. My many obsessions, a life of confusion. But you and for me, we're ready to be. It's still all the secret. It's free freeway. Alone in the bar. So close that there's no I'm done with the wait and Get the tale of love and glory. Drink the quicksand, it's the same old story. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Searching for gold and we'll drain the lake. Getting comfortable and making mistakes. When it gets dark, I recognize time's gone by. Yeah, I'm on a journey without a destiny. All I know is we got to be free. Thank you, everybody. See you on Wednesday at Ivy Room.
Yeah!